Who wants to join Scribble.io? It is lore time. While we're waiting for everyone to join, we're playing Scribble.io. You should join. Give me some more words for Scribble.io. Like 3 more words. Lore Tuesday, that's one. Throw that in there. This is Scribble.io. It's like you just draw and then guess what people are drawing. I'm just doing like a Ball Cutter 29! True! Hi, Angel. Wow, everyone's in here. Yeller? Like old Yeller? Grim, thanks for the Prime.
Just take the money.
Yeah! Use your Prime sub, everyone. Take money from Amazon. EOCB8. Alright, we'll add Eris in there too. What? All the staff. Comet, Strawberry, Virgil, Spawn, Grim, Fluffy, Alien. We'll add Alien there. Who am I missing? Pancake. I have a little bit of a sore throat, so I do apologize. I'm missing people from the staff, aren't I? Pomio Glacier. Alright. No, you should not. It's funnier if you do it with a mouse and keyboard. Alright, we're starting. Grim is first. You can join mid-game, it's pinned. Click the pinned link. What is this? Circle. Huh? It's just a circle. We don't have any time left. Circle. Comet guessed it. Oh, what? That was not Marigold. What are we doing? I think Comet's cheating. Alright, it's Comet's turn. Why are we just drawing a circle? It's Comet. Mirage. I think it's a little different from Mirage, just a little bit. Okay, the details. Alright, nobody look at my screen when it's my turn, by the way. Oh, you saw a bubble and thought Mirage. Yeah, people keep just drawing circles. Box. Huh? Loss? What? Number 2. Virgil, thank you for the 31 months. 2? What? Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, don't look, nobody look. Nobody look. If you didn't get alien, but your head is enormous? That's a normal alien head. I don't know what you're talking about. I should have made a bigger list, but it is what it is. Wait, do I actually have the right? I just realized, did I name this Lore Tuesday? I'm gonna rename it Last Lore Tuesday. season 5. There we go. Huh? What could this possibly be? Poop? Stinky? What is this? Pancake? Why are you making pancakes stinky? Spider-Man. It was steam? Why is pancake steaming? Apple. Struggle to spell strawberry. Bell pepper.
Are you sleeping? Oh, sorry.
It's with one R, guys. Come in.
Are you streaming?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, damn it.
Do you need something?
So I'm picking up a few of Tyga's toys because Terminix is coming tomorrow.
Oh. Keep playing Scribble.io chat. I have to go rescue a gopher from our dog's mouth.
Dead already.
Well, I have to rescue my mother from the gopher in our dog's mouth. I'll be back. Keep playing. Let me write down. Well, whatever. One of the mods put a new pin of Freya is dealing with a gopher. Alright, let me put on pants. Let me put on different pants. Okay, the mole or gopher or whatever it was is taken care of. It died, so F in the chat for the mole. Or vole or whatever it was. Yeah, Tyga found it and our dog and ate it, so rest in peace. I have to put my stream clothes back on. I don't wear jeans while streaming. Or like ever, but I'm not going out there with a dog with my pajamas, so give me a second. I hope Scribble.io is doing okay. Alright. Oh. Well, okay, I'm drawing this now, okay. Alright, you got that, right? Yeah. You got that. Everyone knows what that is. I hope Scribbleo's doing okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Communist, almost 4,000 points. Alright. I think we're good to start, right? We'll do one more round. Alfie's choosing a word. And then we will begin. I just thought it'd be fun to do some Scribbleo. You drew a chicken jockey? Well, I'll look back on the VOD eventually. Oh. Speaking of which... Wait, I have a soundboard.
I am Steve. I am Steve.
Huh? Is that funny?
Flint and steel, chick and jockey. I am Steve.
Alright. This is the last one, and then we'll actually go. I don't know what this is. Oh, I got it. I don't know what this drawing is. Commented Grim got it. Alright. End of that. Alright, let me, okay. Hello? Where'd my camera go? Hello? Welcome to the final Lore Tuesday of them all. Let me put on the agenda. Why is Soren, my brother, the agenda? Okay. 1. The Lore Tuesday channel. 2. I think there's 1 lore sheet. Lore sheets. 3. There's like the end of season, what is it called? No, hold on. I hope I didn't reveal anything. End of season memories. End of season memories. I have some clips. Other stuff. I don't know what other stuff there will be, but that's our agenda for today. You got auto-modded. Alright, I added the term, shut the fuck up. Alright. We're gonna do all the things that we do. Let me make sure chat is not overlapping things. There we go. It still is. Why is chat, like, overlapping stuff? You see that? There we go. Well, it is the end of season 5 already. Of course we have this music. It's been a long season. It's felt like multiple seasons. I think this is one of the most, like, dedicated ones we've had. I mean, we did have, like, actual lore this time, instead of just, like, whatever the players created. So that was fun. You had a sad lore fight or something? Oh no. I've been, like, kind of looking around in here, because we go from the 8th. There's so much stuff in here since the 8th. Like, we're gonna be here a while. Yeah, it's from up here. Look how long we have. Yeah, I know you had to rush. I'm sorry I was like, by the way, you got 2 weeks left. You have 30 minutes. I'm gonna miss this season, but next season is gonna be even better. We have 3 more seasons after this that are planned. And by then, Virgil and I will be like 30, 31. We don't know if we're gonna continue doing this. At the very least, we're going to, like, keep the server up. We'll probably have the worlds that people can visit or something. But it costs a lot of money and time in my, like, it takes time away from our lives. I'm not, I mean, like, I haven't found a full-time job yet, but if I had a full-time job, that would be very tough. Well, let's get right into it. From Alfie. Thought I'd develop on it, and Alfie's lore a bit. Also doesn't understand the concept of children. So that's why I called Rona runt in other terms. Okay. That's fair. Welcome back, Eris. This is 16 pages long! You don't gotta read it all. Depending on what the lore is for next season, this could be relevant, but I don't know. My terrible writing... In fact, I did write this during most of my classes. 16 pages. Stop telling me... Okay, you guys can't see it, which is good, but for some reason... Hold on, I gotta close Google and open it up again. Oh, it deleted all of my tabs. No! Okay, hold on. Hold on. Why didn't it switch to blank? There we go, okay. Twitch dashboard, yes. Closed captions, yes. Alright, I don't know why I did that. That's stupid. You exploded after reading this? That's so sad. Don't explode. Okay. Okay, are we ready? We've been forged. Yeah, I forgot I had an explode button. I was redoing my whole stream deck because before it was like really mixed up and not working and stuff, so I was like, I forgot I had an explode button.
I am Steve. I'm Steve.
Sorry, I'll stop. Don't worry, there's no more. Okay, that was the last one. I promise there will be no more. Okay. Their implied events and somewhat descriptive parts of the story could be triggering, so heed with caution. Also, cussing. Enjoy. What will be around once you've lost everything? Even yourself. Pain. How? This is really 16 pages. How long does it take for... Okay, I gotta stop thinking about this and just actually read it. I should have started this stream earlier. Wake up. A sharp inhale floods her mouth and fills her lungs as her eyes crack open. She sits up, disoriented and confused. Looking around, her eyes adjust to a blinding light that feels artificial above her, but she quickly realizes her predicament. A cell, more like a glass enclosure, as if she were some sort of animal or beast. The floor is white, the ceiling is white, the room outside the glass and the sheets on the bed she's on is all pure white. A lab, maybe, she thinks, but a voice woke her up. Where's that voice? Who did it come from? Good to see you're still functional, the voice speaks again. Krufik's head snaps in the voice's direction, and standing on the other side of the glass is a woman, probably 5'8", maybe an inch shorter from her shoes. Black hair, clearly dyed due to the dark blue roots peeking from her scalp. Eyes as bright as the sun, yellow. Her clothes, doctor's coat, black pants, and a matching shirt, almost like scrubs. But there's no way in hell she's in a hospital. She's never seen this woman before, even if she even is one, but something about her is alluring in a sense. The woman stands there, arms behind her back as she stands in front of the glass. Do you talk? She asks, partially impatient, but otherwise curious and excited. Krufik slowly stands up, scanning the outside of the glass and the cells she's in for an escape route. She can talk. Hell, she talks a lot, yet she stays silent. Why? She couldn't tell you, but it's oddly silent. Too silent. The woman sounds British. Great. A red coat. God damn it. We are not making hate of British people canon. What did you say? The woman asks, a little smile tugging at the corner of her lips. Also, Krufik, you said you suck at writing. This is great writing. Yeah, if you have chores to do them right now. This is the perfect thing to listen to. I see you. You have that pile of laundry in the corner. You have that pile of laundry sitting on your chair or on your bed. Get up right now and fold it. I'll wait. Get up. Good. Krufik freezes. Must have said that out loud. She turns to the woman, finally deciding to give her the time of day. Where am I? Krufik asks her. It isn't the only question she has, but it's a start. Huh? How did you know about the laundry in the corner? Because I have a laundry corner. I have a laundry in the corner. I have it on my bed. It's in a little basket. What comment? Waiting for my mom to come out of the store. I'll do my chores when I get home. The comment. Comment, I see you. I'm looking into your soul right now. Alright, do it. Slowly. Just do one at a time. Doesn't matter. Do it lazily. This is what you're gonna listen to. No more interruptions. The woman smiles, pleased with the fact that her new subject is finally speaking. With her hands still behind her back, she steps closer to the glass, peering in at Krufik with an almost amused look in her eyes. Stop! This is an interruption! Stop with the interruptions! Do your laundry! I know you have socks that aren't organized. I know your desk is messy. I know you have cables sitting somewhere near your chair that you don't know where they belong. Put them away. You have pieces of paper, receipts, tissue paper on the floor. You have at least 2 cups. Put them away. Okay. I'm not listening to any more stick bugging or forging. You're in my lab, the woman replies simply, her tone nonchalant, as if introducing herself to a casual friend. Her gaze never wavered from Krufik, studying her, taking in her features, her reactions, analyzing her. The woman's demeanor was calm, almost friendly, despite the fact that they were separated by a layer of solid glass. And where is this lab located? Krufik asks more specifically, glancing around the outside of her confinement room. She could be in some Monocorp facility, but she doesn't know about any facilities they have. Not that she has high enough status to do so anyway. One thing is certain. She has no idea who this woman was. The woman chuckles softly at Krufik's questions, clearly amused by her curiosity, or, perhaps, just amused by her general clueless demeanor. You're very curious, aren't you? The woman remarks with a smirk, tilting her head to the side. She takes another step closer to the glass, just inches away from it. She then hums in contemplation. But I suppose it won't hurt to answer your questions, as long as you answer mine. It's almost a threat. Krufik thinks. If that's the only way to get information, then so be it. After all, she killed a god. What is this English woman going to do to her? She sighs. Fine. Krufik reluctantly accepts. Shoot. Excellent, the woman responds, her smirk widening into a full-blown smile, clearly intrigued at the prospect of getting information from Krufik. Before I ask anything, I'd like to preface that I will know if you're telling me the truth or not, so please, don't bother trying to lie, she says, her tone suddenly becoming more serious. Now, to start, what's your name? Your full name, if you please. Krufik's eyebrows narrow slightly, but she doesn't comment on it. She definitely isn't going to tell this woman every little thing about her, and she doesn't believe that she can tell if she's lying or not. Krufik, or just crew, like the word crew, just with an X, Krufik answers. The woman nods slowly, contemplating the information before responding. Crew? That's certainly an interesting name. She seems almost thoughtful, as if thinking of how to approach her next question. Her smirk returns, and she continues. Now, how about you tell me a little about yourself? Your species, power, what you can do, etc., etc. Anything you can share, I'd like to hear. Species? Krufik repeats, finding it amusing. She then looks down at herself to make sure she still is a human as she remembers, then looks back up at the woman. I don't know exactly what I can do, but I can control ice to a certain degree. And, a bit of a potion maker. I have a lab and everything. The woman raises an eyebrow, her smirk turning into a half-amused smile. Interesting. Ice, huh? That could be useful. She pauses, her gaze not leaving Krufik for an instant. A potion maker, you say? And a lab you have? Sounds like you're quite the alchemist. Her tone is almost mockingly playful. Wouldn't you like to know? Krufik replies, slowly walking up to the glass. It's almost as if her relatively calm mood evaporated in a second. You want to study it? Study my work, she shouts, slamming her fist on the glass. No, you want to study me. So you're not getting it. Ever. No one is. Oh, please don't flatter yourself, the woman retorts. Her tone suddenly much colder. She crosses her arms, the smirk long gone. I'm not interested in your potion making. I couldn't care less about it, she states bluntly. And even if I was, I could easily replicate anything you make, she continues. No, I want to study you, to understand what you truly are. I'm human, or something, but take my word for it, Krufik comments. If you lay a finger on me, I will kill you, slowly, painfully, leaving you just conscious enough not to die because I want you to suffer for keeping me here. For taking me away from my work, she shouts again, slamming both her fists on the glass. I promise. The woman simply raises an eyebrow, her composure never breaking. Is that so? She inquires, her tone dripping with condescension. You're certainly a feisty one. She then chuckles softly. But listen here, my dear, you're in no position to make threats. You're stuck in that cell, and I'm out here, free to do as I please. You're helpless, you're powerless, you're useless. Krufik's anger gets too much to bear, so she starts punching the glass where the woman is standing behind. Each hit breaks more and more of the skin in the thinner areas, and as the blood spreads across the glass, not a single crack or chip forms in it as the red, sticky, and warm liquid slowly runs down the wall onto the floor. The woman just chuckles at the reaction, then walks away, leaving Krufik alone in the room. After she leaves, and Krufik is left alone, she falls to the ground on her knees, her breathing hitching at the blood dripping down her knuckles, staining her hand. Fuck, she mutters, holding her injured hand in her free one. I'm sorry, Fivehead. I'm sorry, Brody, Krufik whispers, as if he could hear her, bowing her head as tears silently roll down her cheeks. This is all your fault, a familiar voice says behind her. Crux. Krufik wipes her eyes with her non-injured hand and stands up. I know it is, she agrees, putting on a show of indifference for her, because she really does hate her. You don't have to point it out every time something goes wrong. Crux chuckles softly, that sickeningly sweet smile plastered onto her face. Oh, but where's the fun in that? She says, her voice almost mocking. She takes a step towards Krufik, her eyes scanning her injured fist. You've done quite some damage to yourself, haven't you? What a shame. Crux then pauses, her eyes locking onto Krufik's. Krufix! I can help you, you know. Make you strong. Make you powerful. A scoff slips out of Krufik's lips. Listening to Crux is like listening to a broken record. No thanks. Krufik declines, ripping off a piece of the sheet from the bed and wrapping it around her knuckles. I'd rather drown myself in the ocean under a rig than take anything from you, she mutters. Crux smile fades for a moment, her eyes narrowing slightly at Krufik's words. She takes another step toward her, closing the distance between them. You were always so stubborn. You never listen to me, not even when I offer you power, she says, her tone turning more sharp and annoyed. Crux then reaches out, her hand taking a hold of Krufik's chin, forcing her to look at her. I could give you everything you've ever wanted, and you won't even take a single thing from me? Krufik's hand... Rig mentioned. Krufik slaps Crux's hand away. You told me to get help from Svarog, and he brought the crystal infection into Solace using pork. You're the reason Frostfire doesn't have allies, and you are the reason so many people were infected. Hell, you practically locked me in my house and told me everything was fine, so I couldn't even help them. Krufik reminds her, then pauses to catch her breath. So why in fucking hell would I take anything from you, when all you've done is make my life worse? Krufik asks. Crux's eyes blaze with anger upon hearing Krufik's words. She takes another step forward, her voice turning cold and harsh. Don't you dare blame me for your problems, she snapped. You were weak. You were always too weak. I did what I had to do to make you strong, Crux retorts. And as for your precious frost fire, that was entirely on you. You're the one who brought the crystal infection to Solace. You, not me. Krufik's eyebrows burrow as she grits her teeth. You're an excuse for a false god, Krufik insults, knowing that'll get under Crux's skin. Crux's eyes widen, her face contorting into a snarl. She takes another step, now standing just in front of Krufik. How dare you, she exclaims, her voice rising with anger. I am not a false god. I am more powerful than you can ever imagine. Crux punctuates each word, her voice filled with venom. Crux's hand darts out, her fingers latching onto Krufik's throat. She pins her against the wall, her grip tightening with each passing second as her anger grows. Krufik's hands grab at Crux's, but it doesn't move. Not an inch, not a centimeter. She gasps for air, something to fill her lungs, but nothing. Still, she doesn't say anything. Not that she can, anyway. She simply stares at Crux, waiting for something to happen, or for Miranda to finally butt in. Crux's eyes are filled with anger, but as she stares at Krufik, something strange begins to happen. Her grip on Krufik's throat loosens, just a little, and her expression begins to soften. It's almost as if something is holding her back. Then, without a word, Crux suddenly lets go, her hand falling limply back to her side. She steps away from Krufik, looking almost confused and conflicted. Krufik falls to her knees, holding her body up with her palms as she coughs and fills her lung with as much air as possible. One of her hands feels her neck for the bruise she knows she has, but only feels the sticky black liquid that usually coats Crux's hand. That's one of the things Crux got from being corrupted when she was banished into the end. The fact that it's on Crux's throat, Crew's throat, means that she wasn't just in her head, but she presented herself with her. Crux watches silently as Krufik gasps for air, the anger and intensity fading from her eyes. When she sees the black liquid on Crew's neck, she grimaces slightly, almost looking guilty, but she quickly hides it, turning away. You brought that upon yourself, you know, she mutters, her voice strangely soft. You just wouldn't shut up, she continues, her hand curling into a fist. You kept pushing and pushing and pushing. What else was I supposed to do? Krufik glances up at Crux, looking at her like she was crazy, which she is. She stands to her feet, still coughing on occasion. As she catches her breath, she looks around the room for cameras, and oddly, she doesn't find any. Looking for something? Crux asks, her tone condescending. She notices Crew's search for cameras. Don't bother, she says. There are no cameras here. Crux then takes a seat on the bed, crossing one leg over the other as she watches Krufik, her expression now a strange mix of interest and irritation. As Crew turns to look back at Crux, she notices a door in the glass walls, so she walks over to inspect it. A pressurized glass door, she mutters to herself, something she now does when she's thinking. If I can reverse the polarity, I can get out. Crux raises an eyebrow, observing Crew's inspection of the door. You think you can just reverse it? She taunts. You have nothing to reverse it with. Crux leans back on the bed, her eyes roaming over Crew's figure. You're stuck in here, whether you like it or not. This is your new home. You'd best get comfortable. Krufik sighs, standing up straight. As much as she hates to admit it, and will never out loud, Crux is right. She doesn't have anything on her other than Prune's strength potions she made herself, baked potatoes, and chorus fruit she got for Crux, though she didn't have much of a choice other than to do so. Eventually, she walks over to the bed and sits down beside Crux, staring at her blood still staining the glass where she was punching. Crux watches as Krufik seats herself next to her. Her expression is unreadable, a mix of emotions flickering in her eyes. You know, she speaks after a moment's silence, her tone strangely soft. You were always stubborn. She glances down at the bloodstain, frowning slightly. And reckless, she adds, her voice almost gentle. When Crew notices the strange and new softness in Crux's voice, she raises an eyebrow unconsciously and scans her for anything different. She just assaulted her, and now she's being calm. It's like a complete 180, and it makes Crew somewhat suspicious for an ulterior motive. Yeah, well, Crew starts, you know who my parents are. Plus you have to be a little reckless on Solace, or else you won't survive. Crux chuckles softly, a hint of amusement in her eyes. Ah, yes, she replies, your parents. Or creators, I suppose. They're not exactly parents, are they? She shakes her head, the amused glimmer in her expression fading away into something more pensive. And you're right, I suppose. Solace is a dangerous land. You have to be reckless to survive, she muses. Her voice is still strangely gentle, lacking its usual harshness, As she takes what Crux said into consideration, her parents not really being her parents, she stares at the blood on the glass, watching it drip down to the ground. But once it does, a flash of Razmaz, one of her friends killed by the crystal infection, appears in front of her vision, making her flinch away and shut her eyes. Even so, she can still hear their voices, all of their voices, but Fivehead's is the loudest. "Why did you help us? Save me, Crew. Why did you leave?" Krufik ignores the voices, she does every time, and pulls out one of her potions. Almost right after she swallows the liquid, the hallucinations fade away. It's a temporary but useful solution. Crux watches silently as Krufik pulls out and drinks the potion. She recognizes it, as she's seen Crux use it many times before. The potion's ability to stop hallucinations has always intrigued her, and she's even tried replicating it, but never quite got it right. Crux narrows her eyes, curiosity getting the better of her. "Is that your little hallucination potion?" she inquires, her tone a mix of curiosity and mockery. Crux gives her a sideways glance once more, popping the empty bottle back into her inventory. "Yeah," Crux answers. "If you didn't kill them, I wouldn't be seeing them," she adds, a slight harshness in her tone. Crux flinches at the implied accusation, her expression hardening again. "Ah, you know just how to twist a knife in a wound, don't you?" she says, her voice sharp. Crux looks away, her jaw clenching. "I did what I had to do," she mutters. "You know that." "Did you do what you had to do when you locked Fivehead in the dungeon? Or make Eris most of Monocorp our enemy by not letting me find a cure, or at least stop the spread?" Krufik asks, the edge in her tone growing slowly. "No, you did that for your own enjoyment." Crux's expression hardens again, her composure slipping at Krufik's words. She turns back to face her, her eyes narrowing. "Oh, is that what you think?" she retorts, her voice a low, venomous hiss. "You think I enjoyed doing the things I did? You think I wanted to cause you pain? You think I wanted to lock Fivehead in the dungeon and make your friends our enemies?" Crux pauses, her anger rising. "I did what I had to do because you were too weak to do it to yourself." Crux's expression hardens again, her composure slipping at Krufik's words. She turns back to face her, her eyes narrowing. "Oh, is that what you think?" she retorts, her voice a low, venomous hiss. "Oh, wait. This is copied over." Krufik scoffs. "Maybe you're more delusional than I am," Crux comments, shaking her head slightly as she stares out into the distance. "I am not delusional," Crux snaps back, her tone sharp. "I am just not blinded by your foolish loyalty to those who wouldn't even hesitate to stab you in the back." She shifts on the bed, turning to face Krufik fully, her eyes narrowing. "You need to grow up, Krufik. You need to realize that the world isn't some happy fairy tale. It's dark, it's brutal, and it's cruel." "You think I didn't know that?" Krufik asks, turning to Crux. "What do I have left? What have you not taken from me? First hand or second, you are the sole cause of all of my issues. So yeah, if you can't see that, then you are definitely delusional." Crux stands up, her hands clenched into fists at her side. "You think you have nothing left? You have everything left. You're alive, aren't you? You're breathing, aren't you? You have the power to do anything you want, and yet all you do is sit here and feel sorry for yourself." She takes a step closer to Krufik, her eyes blazing. "And as for me being the cause of all your issues, I did what had to be done. You might not like it, but it was necessary." "I'd rather not be," Krufik admits, her voice now low and indifferent. "Why do you think I was trying to make Fivehead a new body? Or hell, just bring him back as a ghost and let me be the sacrifice. I don't care about my life enough anymore to worry about self-preservation. But if I can save others, or at least help them, then maybe I can have 1 ounce of forgiveness for causing so many people suffering." Crux is taken aback by Krufik's admission, her expression softening slightly. She never expected that, especially hearing it from Crux. "You'd sacrifice yourself for others?" she asks, her tone less harsh, a hint of disbelief in her voice. "If Miraju or whatever is outside the border want to sacrifice," Krufik starts, standing up and bowing towards Crux like she finishes a musical, "then I'll gladly be that person, because then my life would have a purpose. But you and Morena and Eurillo make that so much harder." Crux stares at Krufik, her expression a mix of shock and anger. "You're insane," she spits. Crux steps forward, standing only a few inches away from Krufik, her eyes narrowing. "You think sacrificing yourself will redeem you? That it'll somehow erase all the mistakes you made?" Crux's voice becomes more heated, her words sharp and biting. It won't. It won't bring back Fivehead, or Razmaz, or Porkchop. It won't undo any of the pain you've caused. There's silence for a moment, as if the air was debating on what to fill it with. I don't do it for them. I would do it for everyone. Everyone I've hurt. Everyone's lives I've changed. Krufik corrects. But if I tell anyone that, they'd probably think I'm trying to be the main character, which I do not want to be that person, seeing how things are going right now, she adds. Yeah, Crux mutters, a scoff slipping out. She looks at Krufik for a moment, her expression softening slightly. You're not going to try anything stupid, are you? She asks, her voice unexpectedly concerned. Crux sighs, her eyes rolling at the mention of Morena. She never liked Morena. She was always too soft and kind. It was almost sickening to watch her. You underestimate, Crux replies, turning her attention back to Krufik. Yes, you've caused us some trouble, but that's it. It's just been a minor inconvenience. We're gods. We're powerful. We have our own plans. We have no need to sit here and waste time on you. This is all just an amusement, nothing more. Krufik sighs, sitting back down on the bed and laying back on it. You're just proving my point, she mutters. Now can you both go so I can rest before that other chick comes back? She requests, closing her eyes despite the bright artificial lights. Crux rolls her eyes, clearly annoyed by Krufik's casual tone. Oh yeah, just dismiss us like we're servants or something, she mutters under her breath, glaring at Krufik. But she does as she's asked. Closing her eyes, she focuses her power. A portal swirls into being, the portal glowing a deep purple color. Crux steps through, and so does Morena, the portal vanishing behind them. Chapter 2. With Crux and Morena gone, the room falls into an odd silence. The only sounds are the quiet hum of the lights above and the faint hum of the AC unit. It feels oddly peaceful, despite the fact that Krufik is in a cell, a prisoner. Just as the silence seems to stretch on, the door to the cell opens, and the woman from before steps back into the room. Krufik doesn't wake up to the woman entering the room. Somehow, she stays asleep, even as she picks up her injured hand and heals it with a flick of a finger. Someone else enters too, but only stays at the glass, cleaning the blood off of it. After the job is done, the woman leaves the cell, but stays outside of the glass. When Krufik wakes up, she rubs her eyes on instinct as she sits up in the bed. She glances around, almost instantly noticing that the blood on the glass has been cleaned off, and who's standing on the other side is that woman again. The woman stands outside the cell, watching Krufik silently as she sits up in bed. Her expression is hard to read, a mix of curiosity and contemplation that betrays nothing. She stands there for a moment, unmoving, before speaking. How's your hand? She asks. Her voice professional and cool, almost detached. Krufik starts, but freezes when she realizes her hand is completely healed. It still aches, sure, but there's no blood. It's even wrapped with gauze. After a few seconds of confusion, she finishes her earlier statement. It's fine. Did you do this? The woman nods faintly in response. Yes, she replies, maintaining her cool demeanor. It wasn't very wise to punch the glass like that. She pauses, her eyes flicking over Krufik's face, taking a moment to study her. There's a hint of curiosity in her gaze. You're very reckless, she adds, after a moment's contemplation. Do you have a habit of getting yourself hurt a lot? No, I just, Krufik pauses, thinking how to explain herself. Get like that sometimes. She swings her legs over the side of the bed. Not that it's any of your business. The woman snorts, clearly amused by Krufik's tone of voice. Fair enough, she replies, a faint hint of something like a smile tugging at the corner of her lips. You're right, she continues, her tone growing more serious. It isn't my place to ask, but can I make a guess as to what made you react like that earlier? Krufik scoffs. Oh yeah? She asks. You think you have me all figured out because of one 5-minute conversation? The woman raises an eyebrow, clearly amused by Krufik's response. She leans back against the door frame, a smirk playing at the corner of her lips. A lot of smiles at the corner of her lips. Well, it wasn't just the one conversation, she replies, her voice nonchalant. I got to watch you have a conversation with Crux, and I watched you talk about your self-sacrificial tendencies, shall we say? I might not have your whole backstory, but I have a pretty good idea what makes you tick. Krufik's eyebrows narrow when the woman mentions Crux, her top lip twitching slightly. Then let's hear it, and I'll tell you how wrong you get, Krufik tells her. The woman grins, clearly enjoying this little game. She's enjoying getting a rise out of Krufik. Very well, she says, folding her arms across her chest. You're the kind of person who always puts others before yourself, aren't you? You're willing to sacrifice yourself for those you care about, even if it means risking everything. You've lost people you care about, and it's made you feel like it's your fault. Kruvik rolls her eyes, crossing her arms over her chest. You're not the first person to psychoanalyze me, you know. She snaps, a hint of annoyance in her tone. The woman grins again, unfazed by her attitude. Perhaps not, she replies, but I'm guessing I'm a lot more accurate than you'd like me to be. Kruvik snorts, shaking her head. Yeah, whatever, she mutters, clearly not pleased with the woman's analysis. The woman chuckles, clearly enjoying herself. I see I've struck a nerve, she states, the smirk on her face growing wider. You don't like hearing about yourself, do you? You don't like being analyzed and picked apart. Kruvik glares at the woman, her jaw clenching. Of course I don't like it, she snaps, her voice sharp. Who likes being psychoanalyzed by some random stranger? The woman laughs softly, clearly unfazed by Kruvik's hostility. Oh, honey, I'm not a stranger, she replies, her tone almost playful. I know a lot more about you than you think. Kruvik grits her teeth, her irritation rising at the woman's words. Yeah, right, she mutters, her voice dripping with sarcasm. Next you'll be telling me you know my favorite color. The woman chuckles again, clearly enjoying this little game. Actually, your favorite color is yellow, she replies, her voice confident. Kruvik's jaw drops, her surprise evident on her face. How the hell did you know that? She asks, her voice betraying her shock. The woman grins, clearly pleased with herself for having rattled Kruvik. It's not that hard to figure out, she replies, her tone nonchalant. You had a yellow bracelet on your wrist when you were talking to Crux. It looked old, like you've had it for a while. Plus, you've been fidgeting with your shoelaces, and they're yellow too. So your Kruvik trails off as she finds the word observant. She didn't sound annoyed, but rather impressed almost. The woman chuckles softly, her smile turning more genuine as she hears the note of I feel like impressed is not the right note of what's the noun is it or adjective for being impressed? You're smiling at both corners of your lips right now. Smiling at the corner of my lips. Whatever, in Kruvik's voice. Observant is putting it mildly, she replies, her tone somewhat playful. I'm a psychologist. It's my job to notice those little details, you know, and I'm very good at my job. Kruvik sits for a moment, unsure of what to do or say. Eventually, she stands up and walks over to the glass that separates the two. What am I here for? She asks bluntly. What do you want to know? The woman seems almost taken aback by the sudden change in Kruvik's attitude. She doesn't expect her to be so cooperative, but she rolls with it. I'm here to evaluate you, she replies, a hint of surprise in her tone. I've been asked to assess your mental state and your past to see if I can determine what, if any, treatment you need. By who? Kruvik asks, her eyebrows permanently furrowed at this point. The woman tilts her head, a smirk playing at the corner of her lips. That's a question I can't... Sorry. Now that's a question I can't answer, she replies, her tone a little bit cheeky. However, sensing that Kruvik won't be satisfied with that answer, the woman adds, Let's just say you have a very important visitor who wants to see more than just a mental evaluation. Who? Kruvik repeats, and most likely will until she gets the answer she wants to hear. The woman sighs, clearly beginning to get a little exasperated with Kruvik's stubborn insistence on answers. You're not going to drop this, are you? She asks, a hint of annoyance in her tone. When Kruvik simply scowls in response, the woman rolls her eyes. All right, fine, she relents. I'll tell you, but you have to promise me you won't freak out. Kruvik simply hums her response after a big exhale. Of course she wouldn't freak out. Not unless it was someone important or an old friend or someone she knows. The woman studies Kruvik's face for a moment, trying to gauge her reaction. She seems to be satisfied with what she sees because she continues. The person who wants to see you, she begins, her tone somewhat hesitant, is the one person you never thought you'd see again. Kruvik blinks a few times, her expression unchanging. That could be a lot of people, Kruvik explains. The woman smiles faintly, her expression almost amused by Kruvik's response. I suppose you have a point, she concedes, tilting her head slightly. She pauses for a moment, studying Kruvik's face again, as if waiting for a reaction. When none comes, she continues. Let me ask you something, she says, her voice slightly quieter now. If you could see any one person again, who would you want it to be? Almost instantly, Kruvik's face relaxes, her tense shoulders dipping for the first time in months. She thought they were permanently frozen in that position. A friend of mine, Krufik answers, looking off to the side as she recalls who it would be. But Fivehead. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. This is great writing. Also, I kind of called it then. Once she was like, it's someone important, I'm like, it's gotta be Fivehead. It's gotta be Fivehead. Absolute cinema. Do I have a soundboard for this? That's the soundboard I have for this. Yeah. Everyone applause in the chat. Clap, clap, clap. Amazing job, Krufik. I hope your laundry is done. I love reading long things like that as long as it has good writing. Where am I being mentioned? Ah, it's in the staff chat. Hold on, I gotta see what's in the staff chat. I exploded because Crew was that damn guest Fivehead and Gorilla were ranting about. Oh! That's crazy. The connection. Alright, yeah, you can forgo all you want now. Whoops. I accidentally opened my things twice. No! Stop it! Stop it! I don't want things open twice! I hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay. Chatty, okay. Alright, let me see. Okay, I gotta remember something. Yes. Okay. We have something from the laboratory. I think this is something laboratory. Objective. Project DP failed. Failures 8. Project DP paused indefinitely. I'll be back. See you next time. Bye-bye. Keith Art. Hell yeah. We have something from We Don't Have Many Days. I actually forgot that this was here. Let me make this full screen. Actually, hold on. Here we go. The choices you made. Were they the right ones? I love creepy videos. Do you feel regret? And then someone pointed out, well, it's kind of obvious, there's rockets. I don't know what that means. I don't know if anyone, like, deciphered anything or found anything extra in here. But yeah, just keep zooming in. Rockets! So that's fun. We're setting nukes, yeah. Man, I miss being alive. A giant artifact found in a certain jail in Hellbar was shown on screen. This? Oh, joke. Happened in season 1 but was retconned. That's funny. Alright, back to Minecraft music. They're gonna launch a hypersonic attack cruise missile. We have... Eris is deceased as well as Moma. I will be formally taking over as the new head of Monocorp. This is kind of suspicious, not gonna lie. Is this the robot kills wife found dead? Wait. Oh, I don't have the Taskmaster chat. Wait, actually I do. I have the Taskmaster? Oh, damn it. I think I deleted the Taskmaster thing. Wife found dead in woods? Wife found dead in woods? We predicted this? It's all a conspiracy. Compliance will be expected during this uncomfortable transition. Yeah, this is suspicious. This is suspicious. Not gonna lie, I thought Brutus would send this and go, time to rise up against Monocorp. OMG Eris. What tag? That is what tag, I don't care. It seems like Susu is starting to have the same symptoms as me. I'll know what's wrong with me soon. Hopefully, maybe she can see Dr. Grimm too. It's spreading. Or maybe it's... maybe it's because Angel's the older sibling. Oh, they're both gonna die. CJ wrote this for Angel. This is some lore. Oh, yeah. Alright, what other task have you gotta do? Dusting. When's the last time you dusted things in your room, huh? Just grab a cloth, grab some tissue paper, anything. Oh, Angel's the younger one? Then I don't know. Dust some things in your room with this one, okay? Caution and hesitation weighing heavily on his mind with each step he took. The rain, a cold reminder of the reality he lived in. Red and purple speckles glistened along his body despite his attempts to hide the sickness out of fear and self-consciousness. The words of the woman he despised had a tight grip on the alien, her constant claims and patronizing words making his blood boil, a headache growing upon him in his tension. Going to the hospital was the last thing Angel wanted. He couldn't help but worry about all the possibilities that could happen, the words of EOCB-8 and what he wanted to do to those infected by that tree, and the tree itself. Wasn't it a risk going to the doctor? Angel didn't want to die. He had enough of that already. And what if he was quarantined again? Could that be arguably worse? The alien wasn't too sure anymore. Turning a corner from the stairs to Felidae Market he had just wandered his way down. The familiar figure of a friend standing outside the hospital eased Angel's worries a little. Alfie, a deer hybrid clad in bulky, strong armor, stood in the small shelter of the hospital porch, waiting patiently for his alien friend. A blue orchid held gently in his grasp. He fiddled and twirled it in his fingers, his ears constantly twitching as if he could hear every noise in the world, before perking as he heard Angel's footsteps. The deer's face turned up as if snapped out of a daze, the one eye he had softening over so slightly upon seeing his friend, sensing his anxiousness. To some extent, Alfie understood. He never liked hospitals either, and everything that he had heard on his own, everything that Angel had told him about the tree and being infected by it, it was hard to see a good outcome. He had hoped Eurylla would come back and possibly add a bit more support for Angel. The god was much closer to the alien than the deer was, but for now Alfie would do his best by himself. Hello, Angel. Hi, Alfie. Angel walked right up to him, a small yet awkward smile upon his face. He looked tired. He felt it too. If he could, he would curl up and sleep on the ground right then and there, but he was too unwell to do so. How are you, Alfie? Alfie carefully placed the blue orchid he was fiddling with into a bundle attached to his belt, giving Angel a slight glimpse of its contents. Copper, books, some rocks, weird potions, and a few other things that the alien didn't get to see before the bundle was carefully closed. I am good. Angel could tell that Alfie refrained from asking how he was in return. The deer knew the true answer already. With a small, nervous laugh and a quick look around, Angel tried to think of what to do to stall going inside the hospital. But before he could even open his mouth again, he felt Alfie's hand gently touch his shoulder, causing a flinch on both ends. But the deer's hand remained, being sure to avoid touching any red or purple spots, just in case. You will be okay, Angel. I will be right here with you the entire time. You can let me know when you're uncomfortable and I will step in, okay? Those words gave Angel some relief, knowing that Alfie wanted to help, even if it was just by standing nearby. So with a firm nod, Angel led the way into the hospital, Alfie following behind, a hand resting on the hilt of his sheathed sword. After speaking with the receptionist, and despite their advice that Alfie stay in the waiting room until Angel's appointment was finished, both the alien and the deer went up to one of the rooms to wait for Dr. Grimm. Within the room, a comfortable yet wary atmosphere was held. Angel sat on the edge of the bed, fingers fiddling with the thin bed sheets below him, not sure where to look. Alfie, on the other hand, stood against a far wall with his arms closed, a guard dog, listening for danger as his ears flicked and moved. dancing to music and noise no one else could hear. The atmosphere only grew with tension as the familiar appearance of the doctor came into view, making both the alien and the deer look up, one with increased nervousness, another with quiet firmness. "Good evening, Angel, Alfie," Grimm greeted in his usual tone, calm and respectful, yet slightly bored. His British accent, "Why is everyone British?" "No, we're not making hating British people canon. We love British people. I have British cousins." His British accent weighing heavily on his words. After a moment he paused, adjusting the clipboard in his hands, before turning to Alfie. "I'd recommend you to wait outside, Alfie, considering the information I was given when organizing the appointment. Angel's health is something that may need urgent care and precautions." At that, Angel visibly tensed, mind immediately racing to all the possibilities, all of which being bad. Regret and second thoughts had him in a chokehold, the alien wishing he hadn't agreed to this, or at least stalled it for longer. Alfie immediately noticed this, eyes darting from Angel's stiff form to Grimm. The deer was quick to answer, his response being simple but carried a tone that suggested he wasn't going to change his mind. "I'm staying with Angel." "If you do, there's a risk of you—" "I'm staying with Angel, Dr. Grimm." The interruption by Alfie was met with silence for a few moments, feeding the tense atmosphere, before it was broken by the doctor's tired sigh. He turned back towards Angel and started assessing the alien's symptoms, and how long he had them for. The regular questions you'd expect. Angel responded to them with short, quick replies, barely sparing a glance to Grimm just out of pure fear. Angel feared Grimm, not exactly for a specific reason. The doctor just made him feel uncomfortable and jittery. "I was 24 when I became a doctor." The lingering, musty smell of alcohol and medical supplies coming off of Grimm wasn't much help either. Damn. Because of this, Angel tended to tweak the truth of his symptoms a little. Mainly just the severity amount, the duration, things like that.
This is the end.
Hey, Kath, thanks for the 7 months. Where was I? Much to Alfie's dismay, who could tell Angel was lying. But the deer kept quiet, listening to everything that was being said between Angel and Grimm while glancing around every now and then, as if he was uncomfortable. Angel noticed this behavior from his friend, recognizing it as Alfie did this quite often, almost as if someone was whispering way too close to his ear, or if he was shivering from the cold. But he wasn't able to look on further before a message vibrated in his pocket. Quickly taking it out to look at it, his eyes scanned the words, and dread filled his veins. Alfie and Grimm immediately noticed the shift in demeanor, the deer quickly stepping forward and speaking. "Angel, what is the matter?" "I have to go, I'm sorry." Angel was quick to get out and leave, dashing out of the hospital before the other two had a chance to process what was happening. And despite Alfie being quick to follow out of concern, he lost the alien from his sight. Worry clouded his mind. "Angel, please be safe." "What happened? Please tell me we get an answer. Please tell me we get an answer." Wasn't paid enough to care. Damn. How did they expect me to do my job when they kept lying to me? I was 25 when I became a doctor. Wait, I keep changing the age. I was 74 when I became a doctor. A death to remember. Suzu! No! Hi, Saint. Thanks for the 8 months. Suzu died! No! Maybe? Or Angel. I don't know. Okay. A death to remember. Suzu, only 211 years old, ended up getting the infection IDU-T. She had these symptoms for about as long as Angel. Her symptoms quickly progressed, unlike Angel. Suzu didn't have red and purple spots on her body, though. At least not any that were seen. Suzu had hidden her illness for weeks, refusing to tell anyone, including Angel and Yurillo, about it. She didn't want to worry anyone, but that was the worst decision she could have ever made. "Suzu, are you okay?" "I'm alright, Angel, I promise." Angel could tell she was lying, but he didn't bring it up. He was just worried for his sister. He brought it up to Alfie. The man had agreed and said it was strange as well. Angel just wanted his sister to be alright. "You aren't lying to me, right?" "I would never lie to you, but I love you, Angel. You are an incredible little brother." Suzu had continued to lie about it to everyone around her. Her condition got worse, and she hadn't been seen for several weeks. Angel was worried and decided to check on her at her house. He had brought her a gift and some food he made her. He entered the house and started walking to her room. Susu, I'm here. I brought you something. He paused at the sight. He dropped the gift and the food. The gift broke, but he didn't care. Tears filled his eyes as he quickly ran up to her and shook her. Her body was cold. Susu, wake up, please. No, I can't handle this! Angel cried, the tears making her clothes wet, even though she was gone. She wasn't breathing. Angel was filled with grief, and he stayed by her side for days and wouldn't eat until Alfie finally came and took him away from the rotting corpse. Angel was filled with grief, begging Alfie not to let him leave Susu. Susu was gone, and Angel had no idea what to do. He had lost the last family member he had. I can't handle this! I can't handle this! I can't handle this! I can't do this! No! This is so sad! F in the chat for Susu. Why is everyone dying?
You know?
Okay. Why are people thumbs downing this? This is so sad. Give me a sad emote. Sad. Sad cat. Please tell me you're coming up with a different character and not leaving. Though being near it makes me feel worse, it's nice to watch it every now and then. Don't go back to the tree that killed your sister. It's almost like being near her again. This is so tragic. We have a final statement from the Ceaseless Watcher.
He is no longer in control. His body and mind too weak to fight back. This vessel's body is now one with me and I am free. He tried his best, but no matter what he does, it is never enough. I know exactly what I will do with this body first. That nation of his, a failed experiment and loved by everyone who visits it. I will see Las Vegas burned and destroyed, along with his home and that creature he insists on calling a son. How does it feel, Grim, to be so powerless? Your own body not even your own anymore. Guess they will never know your answer, will they?
Wait, is Grim taken over by the freaking Ceaseless Watcher? Was that— I only got like half of that. Is that what that is? There's no more doctor on Solace. We need another doctor. If only Yelena survived. Yeah, get a transcript, please. That would be great. Hold on, I gotta see what people are DMing me. Alright. Cecil. Yelena, yeah, Yelena is dead. Or maybe. Maybe we can bring them back for the Great Anomaly. Yelena wouldn't have let this happen. Sea salt? Okay. Back to Angel here. Also, there's subtle foreshadowing to something me and Susu have planned for the next season. Entry 6. I haven't felt the best. Susu died. I miss her. A lot. I can't believe she lied to me about what was going on. I feel so horrible for not being able to do anything to help. I feel like it was my fault in a way. Since I never found out what's wrong with me, and when I went to see Dr. Grimm, I'm just going to assume that it's most likely that infection. I know that soon I will die from it, and I will be back with my sister. Maybe we will come back as something, I don't know. Alfie seems worried about me, though. He won't have to be worried for much longer. I feel terrible, knowing I'm going to die soon. I'm scared. I hope I'll get to say bye to Mr. Urello before I die. Ugh! Ah! Ah! This is so sad. Alfie, entry 12. Angel is gone. No! I guess there was no hope, but no! That fucking tree killed him. We had gone to the hospital. I was there for him the entire time. He lied to the doctor. He had every chance to ask me for help, and then he ran out and disappeared with no explanation. Days later, I found him, laying beside the body of his older sister, Susu, who was also sick. I did not know what to do. It took forever to get him away. I had to carry him kicking and screaming, begging me to let him stay. He stayed in my home for a while after that. He barely spoke. He barely ate. All I could do was sit with him. How was I to comfort him? I was afraid of doing something wrong. And then he left without telling me. I searched for him everywhere. I found him lying before that fucking tree, not breathing, pale and cold. So this is this is where he was? Is everyone saying, are you sure? 'Cause...
Are you sure?
That's one of my soundboards.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Okay. I should have burnt that tree, ripped it to shreds with my bare hands. I will make a grave for him and Susu near my home. Gods, where is Eurillo? Where was this fucking great father of theirs during this, messing with this stupid guest of his? 2 of his children are dead now. They're gone. They were in pain, and he did nothing. No point being angry now. Angel is gone. He is gone. Petition to smite Eurillo down. Yeah, so that's a vote yes for me. Whatever that is. To Eurillo, death isn't the end. That's fair. We have something over here. Is this a grave? Is this a grave? Here lies Angel and Susu. Something. Oh. Fly high. The end of the tree. Whoa! The end of the tree.
This must be the end. After all, it was needed, right?
The TNT. Where are you getting this TNT?
Soon it will all be gone. And we cannot do anything about it. But it's for the best. And I'm glad that it's getting rid of, and that we're getting rid of it. It needed to be gone. Long ago.
But you're British? Is everyone British? TNT. We should have called the conflagrators on this. I'm sorry. We should have called the conflagrators. Bye to this tree. Sorry, I gotta use my soundboards. I just added them. UCB8 and I destroyed the tree. It's nothing but a crater now. I hope it stays as such. Hyper-militarized company. Where are you getting all these deadly weapons? Yeah. By the way, if you like lemon tea, this is the best brand to get. I got it at Daiso. This right here. I drank this stuff every day. Multiple bottles in Japan. It was my favorite drink. And you could get it hot out of the vending machines there. Oh, it was so good. Especially like if you had like a sore throat or you were really like, it was cold there. Because it was like February. I didn't know, I don't know anyone is British. I'm a stupid American. I assume everyone is American. Also, how are so many of you British and watching my streams? Isn't it like 2 a.m. for you? I will order that drink to America by the pallet. You don't have to order it to America. This is in Daiso. I don't know where, I mean, maybe California is the only place that I see Daisos in other places. Saint, get out of here. It's 3 a.m. Why are you watching this? What is a Daiso? Have you ever heard of Daiso? Hold on. Daiso. Wait, is it gonna dox me? Hold on. Oh, it was gonna dox me. Oh my god, I'm so glad I moved that. Jesus. It literally, it put my full address on there. Okay. Daiso. Okay, I don't think this will tell you where I am. Okay. This is what they are. Okay, there's no pictures there. But like it's like a Japanese store. They have like anyway. I don't know. You're just as cursed. You just cursed us. It's gonna come back because of that last sentence. Frick you. Alright, we have another entry. Well, we all know what happened to that tree. Why is it not changing? Oh, you know what? I messed up. Never mind. Okay. It was gonna come back regardless. Yeah, probably. Alright, what's this?
It is the 14th of the 4th. I have decided to do a voice recording entry. I don't feel like writing right now. Angel is gone, as I mentioned last time. And Yurillo soon found out. No, not much later than I did. I hate him for it. I hate him for the fact that he was not there. But I cannot blame him. Not really. It was not his fault. He was not told. And Krufik started arguing with him, which was not a good idea. I had an input on it a few times, but Krufik just said, I told you so.
Yeah.
Yurillo is not a bad god. I trust Angel's words more than I trust Cruz. But I am allowed to still be mad at him. Along with mad at myself. I should have said something. I should not have assumed that Angel would have said something already to Yurillo. I thought he would have, but he did not. Gods, I wish I just marched up to that.
Everyone has such good voice acting in this.
Yelled at him.
server.
Yelled at him to pay attention to your children. They are not well. They are dying. Do something.
Yeah, where the hell is Yurillo?
I do not understand why I did not. Was it out of fear? Did I think I could manage it? Sure, I barely know much about this stupid tree. It was too late by the time I found out.
Is the tree gonna come back
Angel
next season?
kept lying to me, insisting that he was okay. I do not know why I let
You
him.
winged it.
I knew he was lying.
The tiredness helps you make it sound you sound sad.
And now his ghost follows me. I told Sam that, and he saw no one. I just miss him. I miss Angel. I am still in shock. I will get over it. And I will accept that Angel is gone. And that ghost will go away.
Hey! Like, just do it. Yeah. Like, you just gotta like talk in the back of your throat and then like sound like you're heaving. I'm an old British guy. There you go. I mean, well, okay, you gotta do the British. I'm an old British guy. There.
It will go away.
Done.
And I will not be haunted. I will not have a constant reminder that this could have been prevented if I had stepped in even just a bit. No one will be harmed by the tree again.
I'm gonna die.
EOCBH and
I sounded more like I'm mad at an infant whose mother love ended up killing. What? I'm gonna re-sing the Grimm song with a British accent. The worst British accent you've ever heard. Just for that.
He gladly helped me blow it up. Well, he did most of the work. I do not keep explosives on me. I did not see a need to.
I was 25 when I became a doctor.
Angel and Suzu.
Sorry, I'm still listening to this.
People have come by to visit. A few. So far it was just Marigold and Sam. People can write in the book that I left there whatever they want. As long as it is only kind words. I hope Yurillo comes by to see it. Angel and Suzu would have loved that. And it is the least that he can do. Say goodbye to his children one more time.
07. This happened, dude. I started. Let me play this for you. Hold on. Ugh. I've been working. You know the carousel never stops turning poem that Angel wrote. I've been literally working on a version of that.
The sky was gold, the rivers wide.
Okay, ignore my... I've literally been making a song for it. This makes it so much sadder. It's just so goof. I know you meant good. It's got strings. This is me singing. Reminds you of Mori. Oh, that's a compliment.
They drifted far in endless black. No path ahead, no way back. Suzu wept, her body frail. Angel whispered soft and pale. Where do we go? Where do we land? A place unknown, the wooden plan. Your grief still grew.
The vocals are gonna be re-recorded. This was just me getting it down.
Never stops today.
Oh, I'm gonna do a Solace part 2. So part of my, I'll do that for now. Hopefully I'll get it done, tonight or tomorrow. I'll post it. But, the first Solace album, just because I wanted to get some of it out there. You guys don't want to know what inspired me to work on music today. Maybe I'll show it at the end of the stream. Comment knows. Comment knows what inspired me. Anyway, so next season, I did like a little poll somewhere here. Somewhere here. Did I do it here or in general? It might have been in general. Yeah. So, my plan is to have, like, at least one more stream a week. Because what if, after this season, we're gonna wait a while to do the next one, because we gotta plan it. Probably until, like, December. No, it's not the Cypher Mirage thing. I'll show you at the end of the stream. It's one of the funniest things you'll ever see. Anyway. So, obviously doing Lore Tuesday still. I want to do also, like, once a week on the weekend, like Sunday night or whatever, the songs for SMP members. I want to keep that going. I want to, like, finish them out. And then I want to play just, like, game playthroughs, I think. Like, I really want to replay Detroit Become Human. I really want to do, like, a Stardew Valley thing. There's some really good, like, horror games that have come out. Anyway. I was on the verge of sobbing while making this. I may have made CJ cry when I showed them. Oh, get ready. I have already been crying today for unrelated reasons, but this is, oh man, if this makes me cry.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Alfie. I never meant to hurt you. I was afraid and I didn't know what to tell, or say, or do. I was scared. I didn't know how you'd react. I truly never meant to hurt you. I follow you around because...
Angel is a ghost? Like, actually a ghost? I thought that was a metaphor or something.
Guys, because I don't want to leave you, truthfully. I'm sorry.
Oh!
You're my best friend, and you're like my older brother to me. I'm really sorry, Alfie. Please forgive me. I'm never gonna be gone fully.
Oh, is Susu there?
Okay, I'm here.
Is Susu there at least? Or is it just Angel? Oh, or is it just that Angel wanted to stay so badly that he became a ghost? Yeah, comment, that's my feeling exactly. Oh my god. Dude, why are we bringing up the most painful, sad things ever then? It's just Angel. Oh my. Susu got vaporized? Hello? Oh my god. A chest. This is Comet. To Eris. While we may not have seen eye to eye on everything, it saddened me to hear all of your passing. We have both seen empires rise and fall, and to think that even you could fall came as a shock to me. I've carried on your wish of preserving the books in your room. They will continue to live on through the Solace Library. Even though we may have opposing views, I wish you all a peaceful afterlife, wherever you are. Your friend Comet. Dude, the Eris thing, genuinely, if I start talking about Eris leaving, I'm going to cry, so I will not. But, yes. Anyway. And when any of my staff, like, okay, not gonna tear up at all. Totally cool. Seeing all of you, like, seeing you all grow up and graduate school and get jobs and go off and do the things you want to do makes me very proud. I'm not crying, you're crying. Anyway, I'm very proud of you, Eris. And, sorry. I told you I was gonna cry at some point. I'm getting maternal. Anyway, I hope you are very happy, and we'll miss you, and you're always welcome back, obviously. Anyway. I called it at the beginning. I'm like, if I start to talk about this, I'll cry. Well, too late now. Anyway. Yeah. I will write a long, heartfelt thing later, I guess. Because I can't make it through. But yeah, I feel like... I don't know, like a mix between being a teacher, you know, because, like, I have been a teacher, and, etc., etc. And, I feel like a teacher, and, like, a mom, and, like, a friend, and everything to all of you, and seeing you grow up, it makes me so happy. I hope that this server has been and will be a safe and happy place for you all to be yourselves and make friends and stuff, especially with just how the world is right now. Yeah, I want this to be a stable place for you. Anyway. Moving on. The only teacher who taught me to run a dictatorship repeatedly. Oh no! Oh no! This server quite literally pulled me out of my depression. I'm so glad. This server gave me, like, purpose, because I went through a very tough breakup, as some of, like, very few of you know. And this server, like, was my stability. I feel like Frey's gonna cry again when she sees what I'm gonna do this Sunday. Oh no. I probably will. This server is genuinely one of the best things that happened to me. Me too. Me too. I should read Eris's response. It's a little further down. I will. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry again, aren't I? The Keepers of Solace have... I'm sorry for what I did to that poor faction, or what I didn't do. Okay. Moving on. No more crying, I promise. Oh, this one's gonna crack me up because of the voice. That's good. I love the vocoder.
Hello everybody, it is I, Brothers I, aka Godspeed, and today's a very harrowing day. So
today's a very harrowing day. Oh, I gotta read more of these. I know have friends who genuinely love me. Yeah, we all do love you, Comet. You did a really good job keeping the place lighthearted while I was still 13. Thank you for doing your best the whole time I've been here. Yeah. Seeing how much you have grown since you were 13? Completely different person now. Completely. I'm so proud of you. When I joined the server, I was low-key at the lowest point in my life, and now I'm doing the best I've ever been in months. I'm so happy. Every time you say, like, you're gonna leave, or your thing gets banned again, I'm like... I held the Keepers of Solace together with string. Yeah. With gauze. Yeah, I love this bagel. Felt like Gatsby was needed here. The changes woke up, but I wasn't someone who hated people for who they were, and Bato wept.
So harrowing. So many dead people who
Sorry. So many dead people.
unfortunately died that I had nothing to deal with. And I did not personally know or care about.
I'm sorry. So many people, so many dead people. So many died, and I didn't know any of them or cared about them, and I definitely wasn't involved.
Now, our first death of today. Eris.
Please! This is so funny. This is... I need to make a soundboard of something in here. And now the first death of today. this. Yeah. Oh man.
We do not know how he died, or due to the effects of, like, if it's an open casket funeral or not. But we do know his little husband, you know,
We do know his little husband.
Mr. Name hard to pronounce because it's just letters and numbers.
I can't get through this without pausing.
Has received his whole company because the leader is also dead. Now, on to our next death that we're going to talk about. The, aliens? Yeah, I think they're aliens if I remember correctly. Now, how many of you are dying before the thing I've been waiting on comes?
Oh.
Now, how many of you are dying before the thing I've been waiting on comes? I want to see a spectacle, yet I'm gonna face a... The army's gonna march a bunch of graves before they come here, I think. Seriously, like, I want to see something happen, instead of just, oh no, let's hit the box of the tree and die. I've been watching... You know how much time and effort I spent in watching you guys? I spent so much. I've learned your secrets, your location of your base, your secret marriage, someone who buried the body in the woods. You know how hard it is for me to freaking watch people. Not that hard, actually. I've been taking bets on who would die first. Eros wasn't on it. I was more or less betting on the flower dye person. It sucks. I know. On other news, though, I think everything will go as planned. Things will turn up. The funeral will be set. The aliens' graves will probably be digged up at some point. But I think this is all good news. Maybe.
The aliens' graves will be dug up?
Maybe not. On even better news, I think my new bow tie looks splendid. I put so much effort into this outfit I've been working on. Oh. You should prepare before the thing happens. Toodles till next time.
Toodles till next time. What in the world? Oh, that is so funny. Please don't die. That's so funny. I genuinely was like hyperventilating, I think, from that. I feel dizzy. I need to like slow down for a minute here. I'm shaking too. Alright, we're gonna take a couple deep breaths. Ready? In and out. Yay! I love Gatsby. You know, Comet, there's a certain level of audacity involved. Oh yeah, I saw this. Involved in declaring that you were somehow sad about Eris' death. After all, you are the one who launched and orchestrated terrorist attacks against Monocorp. I've known from the day you bombed the Tradera Brutus. Your work was sloppy at best. You've skirted punishment this far only because Eris was around to stop me. I highly suggest you learn to keep your mouth shut, for your sake, and definitely not mine. And Brutus has interesting guess, however incorrect. Now, this is a guess. I have another theory that I don't know if I will reveal. Everyone is EOCP8 up. Yeah, I mean, the thing is though, you got the Monocorp Glazers here though. The Monocorp Glazers. Why are people siding with the evil corporation and its leader rather than Brutus? That's my question. But I do have a smile theory. I don't know if I want to reveal it. I won't reveal my reasons behind this, but I was doing some like research around stuff. I think EOCB8 is Brutus. And I have my reasons. But skull emoji. Yeah, you should be saying skull emoji considering you're dead, Eris. I'm not 100% sure. But over time, I've seen more and more things that I'm like, someone laced your lemonade. I can make a bad joke right now. I'm not going to. For the lore, not for attention. For the lore. You know the joke. Not attention. Just like, think of how compelling that would be, though. I don't know. I gotta like bring my stuff together about like who. But anyway. Moving on. Project Transfer, footage retrieved by Oliver. Side note, there are supposed to be 2 heads the redstone connects to, one being a galaxy head and the other one being a holiday monitor, so pretend they are there. I shall pretend. Whoa! Whoa. Jesus, that scared me. Huh. Okay. This bitch abandoned Alfie and had to go save his counterpart. Oh no. The fairy, the fae, whatever, step in here. I'm sorry to step in, but I can confirm that is not Comet. They were with me, showing me the life of the planet. Again, I am sorry about your loss and for stepping in, but I can confirm it's not them. The fabled nuh-uh defense is not applicable here, Brutus. Might want to check the crater. Uh-oh. His room is nice. Oh! Is this going to Angel's room? That's so sad. Ignore the wind and breathing. Got another thing here. 6 minutes.
Hey, Angel. Seems
Are we gonna hear the
that a few
ghost
people
thing
came
here?
by, and your wings are missing. Well, I will investigate that later.
But trying to riz up fairy?
Eurilo got my message, it seems. His flower choices are very pretty. You left a kind message. I am glad he came, and I'm sure you and your sister are too. And I hope my, the grave that I built for you is good enough. I want to build something bigger, it's just I have to get the materials and stuff. I was worried that Eurilo wouldn't come.
Did he?
Mainly because of how angry he seemed. when
Angry at?
when it was Krufik and Fivehead and a few other people in that messaging place. I was worried, but it's the least he could do. It was the least he could do was to come to his children's graves.
Me and Sage have been having a battle of angsty lore.
Gods. I always hated graves. Bit ironic, considering I built one for you, but I never liked them. It's the only marking that a person is still there physically. They aren't in their favorite spots anymore. They aren't doing their favorite activities anymore. No. They are 6 feet under the ground with only a piece of stone with their name on it, pointing out that, hey, this person.
This one a little personal, but it was good.
Asleep for the rest of their lives.
You say the fight, like the angst off? Went personal.
And it bothers me, you know? Because I have to be honest with you now.
Oh, the voice note. I see.
I have been taking medicines that that person, you know, Sam, I think I mentioned to you before, and Lynx, yeah, they
But Spawn!
the help of Dr. Grimm, they were making medicines for me because in some way I am sick too. And those medicines have been making me have visions.
Oh yeah, I
and
forgot I have
dreams
this.
of people who I cannot remember. People in my past, very long ago. I have forgotten them. And I worry if something is not done soon, I will forget you. And the
This
people
is so
around me.
sad.
And I do not want to do that again.
Like the aliens twins
I
were
do not
always
want
sad,
to forget you at all.
but like bringing Alfie in here, oh my god. The wind noise.
I really don't.
I imagine Alfie like laying in the bed there, recording this.
And I do not think you would like what I
need some sad art of this right now. Just like straight up trace this room and draw Alfie right there.
I have had reoccurring thoughts of.
Angel lost their wings only to gain another.
But it is a resort that I am going to go to soon if I do not get better or if something bad happens again. But right now, I hope to be there for the other people that you made love you, if they let me. Because you and your sister are gone now. All that's left is your loved ones. We need to help each other, and I am willing to.
Dude, the fact that Angel can hear this.
Though they are much
because he's a
stronger than
ghost.
me and may think that
Alright, I need someone to draw right now. Like Alfie on one side of the bed saying this stuff. And then Angel as a ghost on the other side, knowing that Alfie cannot hear anything and doesn't know that he's there. But he's there as a ghost.
Do not have to have
You see the vision.
feelings, but regardless, they will feel it. And if I can help, I want to.
Hi, Spawn. Yeah, I will... Well, I can't commission someone because paychecks have not been really... The paychecks have been thin. It's okay. But someone please. All right. We have from Shorts. Recently it has been brought to my attention by somebody anonymous that Monocorp has an infinite library. Now as to what that means, I'm not sure, but one could assume that the infinite part means truly infinite as defined. So today I took out a few hours to scout the entirety of Solace to the highest point of the sky, to the lowest points of any cave that I've come across, to the east and the west. I became skeptical after the first few hours, but something seemed to catch my eye when I had just been on the verge of turning around, and carrying on my day as one would. The place I cannot journal down for the sake of somebody else finding this book. What I have to say was the information I was given is as true and honest as I had hoped it to be. I've been here a few hours by now. It is deathly quiet. From what I have read, these books vary from a person's life to military plans to construction plans, so on. It is truly a little concerning why they have so many documented pieces of people's life, but I think I find the information within more worthy of my interest and time. Some have been beautiful, and some have been dark. Some I have transcribed into my own journal out of interest, and some I have taken beyond interest. Many, needless to say, have caught my eye. Some I've known before getting here, but some I am just finding out about. This person, as far as I have read, is a leader or manager at Monocorp. They work in the line of giving orders about building. The most recent entry I've read was all about ships. I recall I had read someone's journal that mentioned this character. Premier is described, to my understanding, a stern figure that exudes an air of threat. His presence is intimidating and compelling, the people around him approaching with caution. I see complexity of this character, a fine line of intellect and strength, a persona I find as fascinating as it is formidable. The next person, or I guess goddess, has already taken my interest long before I found this library. Lady Freya, oh, that's me, came up in a book about divines, which I have to say I liked quite a lot. In my own personal experience, I view her lady as a quiet soul, though there was this one book that came up saying that her lady had blood on her hands. Now I must say, how much of this is true I do not know, nor do I wish to indulge the idea of a goddess having blood on her hands. However, it does make me want to use my abilities as a time-turner to look beyond what she projects herself to be. Perhaps the ones above will allow me to walk along her past. I plead for the day that comes in which we get to cross paths, for then I will end you. Not a single day goes by that I don't think about erasing you from existence, be it without my restraints from the ones above, or be it without the humanity I've gained. I would reduce you to nothing. The way you carry yourself with such confidence, as if taking pride in what a resentful being you are, only deepens my disdain. I've heard a great many about Keybor. Not from my readings, in fact. There were hardly any books mention this person, or at least this persona, but they come up enough to allow me a few words of opinion. To my knowledge, this Keybor person is a very powerful being that is also a librarian, or archivist, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, there is a faction quite literally named the Librarians. Their responsibilities likely include safeguarding and maintaining vast collections of text for preserving, and ensuring that this information is available for future generations. It makes me wonder why Monocorp has their own separate library, seeing as Keybor is in said librarian faction, which I'm sure holds the same content. Maybe they simply hold some sourness in competition after Trudera and True Immolator. Hopefully I am not the only one who can clearly see that Keybor is... Prince Eris, I actually have little to say or comment about that man, other than maybe this upcoming tragedy. A while back, by which I mean a week ago exactly, I had a premonition. Unfortunately, I only really saw his last few minutes, and I can't be bothered to travel back in time to see his true cause of death. I also feel no desire in creating a paradox by saving him. Of course, if his death wasn't supposed to happen so soon, I could just revive him or take us back in time without the judgment from the ones who adhere the sky. For the time being, though, I will keep this knowledge to myself and patiently await the day when he meets his end. Condolences to you, Prince Eris. I will watch over you and guide you through the stars by shadow alone, if need be. Though I can't allow your memories to pass on yet. You have something I want deeply, something I envy you for. CJ or Alfie I have met on occasion, not by purpose, it just seems that he comes to the market at the same times as me. I've grown a bit of concern in my heart for the creature, vines curling around his body like a snake its food, and blood that has yet to dry up in a rustic brown hue, hinting at always fresh wounding. Despite these unsettling sights, he possesses a calmed presence that makes me rather hesitant to offer assistance. After all, what good is lending help to someone who doesn't want nor need it? With honesty, the creature holds resemblance to a younger brother, or stray cat. While it might be brazen of me to assume that he is younger than me, I have learned not to be surprised by much anymore. Maybe he too is as old as the stars I come from. Regardless, I have taken the initiative to personally become his guardian's spirit. Or another, downplayed words, I have simply gained access and protection to his tree of life, seeing past and present to their entirety in secret. I am sure that in the coming weeks or years I will encounter other individuals who pique my interest, as they have today. For the time being, this marks the end of my exploration to the infinite library. My body and brain are clouded with fatigue, my eyes spinning with words consumed these past hours. It is time for me to return home for these reasons, as well as a lingering feeling that I am being watched. However, I often feel this way, so it might just be from this unfamiliar environment. That's pretty cool. I like that. 4-minute cooldown. I'm sorry, it's just to prevent people from talking in here, because people do. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Alright, I have to go to the bathroom, so how about I put on something for you guys to watch? I mean, it's gonna be like 5 seconds. So, instead, you can watch this.
You know?
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Stop bonking me! Stop it! You're wasting your points! I will never refund them. Ow! Ow! You know what you're getting? Okay. That's what you get. Alright. Continuing on. From Comet. Recently I was accused of being a terrorist. Not the first time, really. The way that I am with what people see, they often see me as a threat. And I know I can be dangerous, but it was just absurd. I've been... This is serious! I've been sequestered away in the library, preparing and copying books, and the first time I make an appearance to the outside world, I'm called a brute? The same exact thing happened when I crawled out of the ground all those years ago. Humans so often lash out and labels others monsters out of grief when they want someone to blame. I understand how grief is, having experienced it myself, but this time it was when I left a parting message for a friend I worked closely with for a long time, someone I've seen often, someone I allied with to build and fill the library. Yes, I don't agree with Monocorp, and I might be vocal about it, but it doesn't mean I'd blow it up to Kingdom Come. Although frankly it makes me wish someone would, after how everyone accused me. Aside from that, the preservation of books is going well, all things considered. Many people have brought copies of the books to be archived, and it has made the process a lot easier. However, I have decided to do something unorthodox. There are many factions that are now defunct for various reasons, and I know that they have books. Some may call it breaking and entering. I call it a deep passion for historical preservation. And I want to be clear, I'm not actually taking anything, just simply making copies. It's like I was never there. Given my build, it can be a bit awkward sneaking around, like a bull in a china shop, as they say. But if I don't do it, no one will. I know many librarians have been engaged with other factions, and I don't blame them for that. But I'm going around, scouring for any books. With Bob gone, I know I have to step up and preserve his legacy. In fact, I rarely see anyone anymore. Eris, who had donated a large portion of books in our collection, is dead. Bob left for a better opportunity, and Obzivi, my daughter, is God knows where. Most likely out on a job. I hope she's well. I'm hoping that soon I may begin recruiting more librarians. The way I'm operating currently isn't sustainable, and it would be nice to have some other people around. But until that day, I must continue my endless toil. Breaking and entering. We're stealing shit! You're right. Alright, from Bagel. I wish I could have wrote this more. How do you word this better? I wasn't expecting Eris of all people to die, but I think he was always ready to. I looked up to him at times, but every now and again I did question his decisions. He offered me a job when other people turned their heads. I was pulled from the slums. During the crystal infection, I didn't know how the cure would react to him. It could have given him another heart, made his ribs fuse, or some other mutation, but he took it anyways. I wish I could have said more. At least I know his soul rests with his lovely god Palanwe. You guys want to know the original, like, what we were going to do with Eris and Monocorp? At least my plan? There was supposed to be an infection. This was, like, basically the crystal infection showed up right as we were planning this. There was going to be an infection in the server that started in Monocorp, and Eris was, like, patient 0. And it got so bad that his body fused to the ship and became a giant mass of flesh and steel and cobblestone. And the end was, like, EOCB8 was going to go in and talk to Eris, who is just, you could just hear this heartbeat. And we were going to use the Warden heartbeat sound as, like, this heartbeat. So if you get too close to Monocorp, you can hear Eris's heartbeat from this giant, disgusting thing. They made Buddy a sourdough starter. Yeah, you were going to have, it was going to have to blow up. That we were going to have to blow up Monocorp. But Crystal Infection was very cool. I think, that may have been even more memorable than that. But anyway, it was going to be a really cool thing. Very fitting, you know, Eris fusing and being blown up with the thing that he created. But I want to know what happened. Why? How did Eris die? I still haven't heard about that. Anyway. Here we go. Last piece of lore for me, for this season in 3 hours. Never mind, 2 more hours. It's a little rushed since I was busy this week, but here, have some lore. Should we watch the video first or read this first? The captain goes down with the ship. Yeah, exactly. Wife found dead in woods. Yeah, exactly. Your choice? Alright, we'll watch the video first.
Official report of the death of Grim Halshidra, and the entity commonly known—
What? Grim died? No! I'm not losing another lore helper!
Official report of the death of Grim Halshidra, and the entity commonly known as the Watcher. Date, 15th April. Head investigator on the case. Ashment. Date of event, 13th April. This note was found in his son's room upon investigation.
If you're reading this, then it worked. I told let him do it. My body feels as if it will collapse any second, and every word I write I can feel my control slipping. Even if this kills me, I have to do it. That thing will not hurt Michael, I will assure of this.
Upon investigating the scene of the crime, we were able to determine that TNT was planted around the casino of Las Vegas, as promised in the Watcher's threat in their final statement. However, it seems, before the creature could plant any more explosives near the victim's home, he was able to gain control back just enough to activate the already placed bombs, killing both the entity and the host in the process. Upon searching Dr. Grimm's office, we were able to obtain a will with the following stated.
My home goes to my daughter, Mara, wherever she may be. My wedding venue business goes to my son, Rowan, if he is to ever return. My inn goes to the keepers of Solace, who I won't be me without.
Oh my god, going to his kids that died in the Great Anomaly. Oh. So sad. And the last thing that ever happened is Angel died.
The unused land of Las Vegas will be opened to the public for free use, and my office and all its valuables go to my son Michael, who I hope is grown and happy by the time this is read. Though I know that is not true, so I say this. No matter the time or place, no matter how long it takes, and where you go, I hope someone will care and love you just like
this is gonna make me cry again.
Maybe 1,000 times better than I could ever be. The rest of my properties may go to redacted for all our highs and lows. Even when the Watcher turned me into someone I hated, you were still there, if from a distance. I know you may hate me, but no, I could never hate you.
Oh!
At this moment, the only people mentioned in the will we could locate was the youngest son, Michael. Seeing as the child is only 7, he has been taken into custody until we can rehome him. Searching our records of the victim, we had discovered he was an active member of this community, though we don't believe he will be missed.
Oh my god. Oh! Credits jump scare. Oh, Michael being left behind and the dedication, like the giving things to his kids who already got lost in the anomaly. Lost all my kids in the anomaly. Ah! Those are special shoutouts. Oh. We got... Oh my god, it's so fast. Got me. Okay, I can't... Hold on. Freya... Oh! Come on. Okay, Assassin, Zay, Rowan, Jay, Spawn, Crewfit, Creamy, the Magnus Archives, hell, even Agent. Yeah, F in the chat for everyone we lost to bans this season. I don't usually, like... There are a lot of people who I had to ban who I didn't want to. And... yeah. Official crime report. Is this the transcription? Oh. My mouse... What the hell is wrong with my mouse? Is it, like, disconnecting? What is going on? I can't use my mouse. Alright, well, we can read this. Official report of the death of Grim Altiora and the entity commonly known as the Watcher. Why is my mouse connecting and disconnecting? What is going on with it? Date 15th of April. Head investigator on the case, Ash Menk. Is that going to be your character next season? Mara's J, the one who added the crystal into the cookies. Date of event 13th of April. You're plotting someone new. Okay, I hope so. This note was found in his son's room upon investigation. If you're reading this, then it worked. I couldn't let him do it. My body feels as if it will collapse any second, and every word I write, I can feel my control slipping. Even if this kills me, I have to do it. That thing will not hurt Michael. I will assure of this. Upon investigating the scene of the crime, we were able to determine that the TNT was planted around the casino of Las Vegas, as promised in the Watcher's threat in their final statement. However, it seems before the creature could plant any more explosives near the victim's home, he was able to gain control back just enough to activate the already placed bombs. Dude, the like, trope of a character being taken over by something to fight through it just enough to, like, save people or kill themselves or whatever. Oh, it gets me every time. Killing both the entity and the host in the process. Upon searching Dr. Grimm's office, we were able to obtain a will with the following stated. My home goes to my daughter Mara, wherever she may be. My wedding venue's business goes to my son Rowan, if he is ever to return. My inn goes to the Keepers of Solace, who I wouldn't be without. Okay, so wait, are Mara and Rowan actually, those are people, not the dead kids. Maybe. My mouse keeps disconnecting. I'm just trying to charge it. And my office and all its valuables go to my son Michael, who I hope is grown and happy by the time of this is read. Though I know that it's not true, so I say this. No matter the time or place, no matter how long it takes and where you go... Sorry, I should probably do this. I hope someone will care and love you just like I had, and maybe they be 1,000 times better than I could ever be. The rest of my properties may go to redacted for all our highs and lows. Even when the Watcher returned me into someone I hated, you were still there, if from a distance. I know you may hate me, but know that I could never hate you. At this moment, the only people mentioned in the will we could locate was the youngest son, Michael. Seeing as the child is only 7, he has been taken into custody until we can rehome him. He can live with me! Give me Michael! The Keepers of Solace, like... give me Michael, I'll take care of him. Searching our records of the victim, we had discovered he was an active member of this community, though we don't believe he will be missed. He will be missed. End of report. Oh. Crying emoji. Sobbing emoji. Do you want to be his godmother? Yes! Goddess mother. By the way, I forced one of the people in my head, to make this. I love having OSDD. Not really, but it's funny to make them do lore. My mouse is still breaking. You see how I can't move it sometimes? Why is it doing that? Someone want to buy me a new mouse?
Alfie, thank you for being my elder brother. You're truly the best elder brother I've ever had.
What next?
Nevertheless, Alfie, I never wanted to leave you.
True! Then we have to, like, he, like, escaped, and we had to bring him back in that boat? That was crazy.
I didn't want to die, but I couldn't control what was going to happen. In another life, we will be friends. Maybe even siblings. Thank you so much, Alfie, for being my brother.
The angst off is angsting.
I wanted to stay. I didn't want to die. Please, forgive me. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to forgive! You got sick! Oh, this is heartbreaking. I can't keep flipping back and forth like this. Ah! Mouse! Mouse, please! Come on! Come on, work! Okay, maybe it'll be okay. Yeah, the mouse is dying. Ah! The last death of season 5. Out of character. Suddenly this occurs after the final fight coming out, but seeing that this is the last Lore Tuesday of Season 5, I'm going to post this now. Just pretend it happens after it. It's a bit heavy, so proceed with caution. Okay. Heavy content warning. Turn your brightness up if you want to find secrets. I drank that godly recipe, both bottles. I drank most of the medication I had. Rowan. Oh, my mouse disconnected again. Okay, hold on. Wait. Mouse, please. Please! Okay, I'm just gonna use the mouse until it dies. For some reason, plugging it into the computer causes it to just stop working. But when it's unplugged Bluetooth, it's fine. But it keeps beeping at me. Well, it's not doing it now, but it keeps, like, saying, oh, dead battery. Freya, use your mouse in the sun. Yeah, I'll have to do a fundraiser, I guess. Buy Freya a new mouse. And this one's only, like, $20, so, like... I'll use my next Twitch stuff to get it. Alright, here we go. Heavy content warning. Dude, the audio design is so visceral. Were you in a bathtub for this?
A child. I had a child and you never told me. How many times have I witnessed murder because of me, because of you, because of what you have done to me? How much did you make me forget?
Oh, wait. What was that? What was that? Truth for pain, lie for temporary gain.
Thousands of years of different people who cared about me, and you ripped them away. You held this from me, and you still hold it from me. How many more of those stupid potions do I need to shove down my gullet in order to know it myself? I do not care if that is how you are. You are living in my body, and if you ever want to have a go at it again, I will need the truth. There is too much stuff happening in this stupid planet, okay? I need answers from somewhere, and if it means from one useless thing that won't matter because everyone in that place is gone, I do not care. Tell me.
Both tormented. Wait. Both tormented. One became the tormenting.
I have had enough of you and your stupid little tantrums. It is a shame to do something so early, but you gave me no choice. See you soon, Alfie.
Shut up! Just shut up! I am
Oh wait, what did that say? A new form of both.
I am getting rid of you. You are getting out of my body now!
Just need to remove the blockage.
You imbecile! This will kill us both! I do not care. You would rip it away from me anyway. And if I'm going to die, it will be on my turn!
Don't tell me Alfie dies too! See you soon. Hello? What was the end? What is that? My jaw is dropped. Okay. CJ, you applied to be a staff. But wouldn't that take away from you being able to do this stuff? Like, God, I would love to have you make this kind of stuff for the SMP. But like, don't you want to keep doing this for yourself? I mean, you can also do it for yourself, but I don't want to take away from your time. That was so good. Wow. Yeah, absolute cinema. Can do both time as a construct. That virus thing is going in my twit longer. 3 essay allegations after bro. What? I'm honestly speechless. Yeah, me too. That was so good. Wow. Yeah, me too. Oh no, that's after the EOCBA thing. Eris from Beyond the Grave here. Oh no, is this gonna make me cry? I've been a part of this server. Oh, this is gonna make me cry. Okay. Just read it without thinking of anything. I've been a part of this server for 4 years now, I believe. It's the longest time I've been a part of any group, kind of like a family. I only really joined and ended up doing everything I did here because of a friend I met on another server, bent on world domination of Solace in the first season. I remember the summer when I first logged on, and the food shortage there was. Everyone needed cows and leather, but only a few people had any. I remember looking at the towns and cities, watching groups of people rise and fall, with some never truly dying, like the Bastion Boys, which I've now grown to love, even if I didn't then. But much like those nations and those people from back then and even now, I too must fall. I had a lot of good times here, even when things seemed a little bleak in the real world. I knew I could fall back here and hang out with my friends, even if I was a little unruly back then. Even during this season, I stayed up way too late playing, even though I had some rough personal decisions that a lot of people hated me for. Eventually I grew because of this server and because of all of you. It had a profound impact on my life, and now I'm a better person for it. I'm heading off to the United States Navy soon. This is the last season I will play on as far as I know. Things may change. Little 13-year-old Eris wondered when this day would come. If he'd be 30 when it ended, or if it would somehow grow to be something so much larger than a tiny community of 30 people. It's good to see that what they hoped for happened. This place is so much bigger and still has that great community that he imagined it would have. I think he'd be happy to see it now. Thank you for being such a big part of my life, never abandoning that love we all share for this place and bringing that love to anyone who enters here. Thank you for having me. Here's to the next generation in the 6th era. I made it through without crying. Bye, Eris. Yeah. Pinning this message. There's gonna be so many pins in Lore Tuesday. I already said my stuff earlier. But yeah. I hope you do come back every once in a while. You get some downtime. Balling or bawling? Follow the glass bubbles and some coordinates. Okay. So I followed the coordinates, and this is what I found. There's 2 more images I have to send, but need to wait on the wait to message again. Unlabeled bottle, strength 2. It's a godly recipe. Try this. I just needed it to stop. Please understand. I tried. I really did. I promise. I'm so sorry. Please do not be angry or upset. Oh, this is the Alfie thing. Alfie's eye. Oh my god. Totem of Undying from Watcher. Damn. The head in the shulker box is meant to be a bee with the agender flag. That is the Teddy Alfie found in a lake on the very first entry. Teddies don't work on Bedrock, unfortunately. Oof. So, Alfie did die. That's so sad. I was just starting to like him. Well, okay, I liked him from the beginning, but I was just starting to get, like, really attached, you know? Joined the Carved Out Our Own Eyes Club. Oh, man. Not my best work, but do you see the vision with the song? Oh yeah, this thing. This is so cool. This is an edit. We gotta watch this full screen. Here we go.
I can still see the being inside of it, which I'm sure is finding my research laughable.
Set me free, Cypher. I will not forget what you have done for me.
I think that's so fitting. Fantastic work, Comet. I'll help you, like, if I can draw some stuff or get Gojo to draw some, like, pictures of both of them, that'd be great to put in the background. Ugh. Season 6 is an arrival and I couldn't be more excited. Despite being relatively new to this server, I love this community so much. As an avid enjoyer of reading and writing fantasy books, everyone's lore has been a field day for me. I look forward to sticking around much longer and see everyone's story develop, especially the main one. I made this poorly made edit to commemorate the end of this chapter. Let's go! The SCP will open this. Oh, it's the first message. You made me cry, damn it! Damn it! How did you make me cry in 30 seconds? I'm gonna pin everything at this point. I was going to make like a end of season video with clips and stuff, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So this is perfect. Alright, continuing on. Let me go back to the Lore Tuesday thing. This is not the end. There will be more. There will always be something to fight for. Get out! Hello? My DMs are still always open if you'd like to chat again. And more I said my last lore piece was the last. Also, I think Eris has a video that was sent in the staff chat that I'm supposed to show. So I will try to show that. I have to like download it and show it or something. Or Eris, if you could forward it, or someone in the staff could forward it to Lore Tuesday if it's not there. Alright. Before I start, thank you guys very much for supporting me every day I posted my poetry. I'm excited to say that I'll be going to my first big poetry competition. Yes! This Sunday. It's a competition with a lot of other school districts, 6th to 12th graders, and I'll be using one of the poems I wrote for this server for it. And if it wasn't for the support, you guys, I would have never had the courage to enter this competition. I usually get 2nd or 3rd place in these competitions, but hopefully I'll get 1st place. There's about 6 rounds and I have to come up with 5 more poems. For one, I'll be using Freya's character for the poem. Hell yeah! That's definitely okay with me. Mainly because I feel Freya was the one who supported me the most. Aww. Now with that said, here's my final lore piece. Now, no, I won't do that, Angel. Do you want to live again? Yes, but I don't want to be that. I don't want to have the urge to drink the blood of my friends. But you will if you want to live again with your sister. Come on. Come on, Angel Neoma. It isn't that difficult. Don't use my full name, Siona. You don't get to use that name, not after what you did to me. I do, because you're my nephew. An aunt who loved me wouldn't hurt me. I did it to protect you, Angel. No, you didn't. You wanted to kill me. You are wrong. You know nothing about me. I do. I know how evil you are. You are just like Loomis, Siona. That's a compliment to me. It isn't meant to be. You have a choice to come back to life. So what if you come back as a vampire? It won't be that bad. You'll just have to live another 15 years to be able to come back to Solace. I can control where and when you go to that life. Only the lifetime. Only the timeline, not your life. Fine. Vampire time! Well, I'm glad. I still hate you, Siona. Onyx Adeline. Oh! Gatsby may be right about the grave being dug up. Has it been dug up? Oh no. I am genuinely so proud of you for the I was literally thinking like last night, I was like, I should tell Angel to join a poetry competition, but I was like, you probably have before, and sure enough. Why is the elusive androgynous here? Oh, the transcript. Oh, thank you. He is no longer in control, his body and mind too weak to fight back. This vessel's body is now one with me, and I am free. He tried his best, but no matter what he does, it is never enough. I know exactly what I will do with this body first. That nation of his, a failed experiment unloved by everyone who visits it. I will see Los Vegos burned and destroyed, along with his home and that creature he insists on calling a son. How does it feel, Grim, to be so powerless? Your own body not even your own anymore. Guess they will never know your answer, will they? From Eurillo! Y'all died? Yo, no way. This is Fivehead, probably. Y'all gonna come to the plane? But Eurillo or Morena would have to bring you here, or Velas, but he's pressed because he lost to me at Mario Kart. Also, I should probably point out that Kara just told me that Eurillo just left, like dipped after destroying the cafeteria. And it's Sunday! How many people are in the plane? That's a good chunk of people, like 15-ish. But Kara is a good friend of mine. When can I come? She's jack of all trades pretty much, but loves psychology. I don't know, let me ask Morena. Shit, crew is gone too. Well, guess I'll have to wait until Velas isn't mad at me anymore. Angel, now that you're dead, you should come up. We expanded so you could bring Susu, too. I'm saying right now she's gone. I know, and it's too late when saying that crew became this guest when Angel started getting worse. She could not have known to warn Eurillo. I agree, but I don't see why everyone's pressed at Eurillo. He couldn't have done anything. I'm not sure. He should have checked on Angel. Been there. But he was not told. Angel going near that damn tree knowing what happened with the crystal infection was Bro's downfall. What reason did he have to? He checks in from time to time, I've seen it. But he must have assumed they would be fine. That there would be a cure like the crystal infection. But he was wrong. Ah, here we go. Oh, whoops. Was that the wrong one? Was that the... Why'd you say whoops? Comments? It's the right one? Okay, cool. Alright, here we go. Back to big scene. Is this gonna make me cry again? Oh, you posted at the same time. That's funny. Is this how the death happened? Okay, the angles. A lot of walking. Silent Hill.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, I think our vessel might be able to, you know...
What are you doing?
Oh, hi, dear. I was just doing routine checks on the radio, you know?
You know we don't perform routine checks here.
Well, it's still good to check once in a while, right?
Footage edited voice of terrorist Miraju omitted! Hello? Was he talking to Miraju? No way! No fucking way! He was, dude! No way! No, okay, we have to keep watching. We have to shush.
You have to understand. He really does have the best intention for the world. I mean, really, who would risk their life like that for a worthless goal? Clearly he had the right ideals in mind if he was willing to die for them, but I guess that was his plan all along. All we need to do is bring him back with Orthicana. She's rated for beyond border conditions, right? Surely she could do it.
Cinematography?
I mean, really, think about all the good he could do for the world. Sounds like a good plan. Right, dear?
I expected better of you.
Hey! Holy shit! No way! No way! No way! The parallels from season 2! Someone make an edit right now! Oh my god! Good! Oh my god! Please write an essay! Wow! Right, dear? Nah! Dude, the switch from like the security cameras to the in-person like and the bringing out the accident. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm in the wrong thing. The bringing out the axe, the security cameras, the thing, and then bringing out the axe.
Do for the world.
Oh. Oh my god. This has to have consequences. Oh my god. I told you so? How did he hear about Miraju? How did... Oh my god! There's more. Thank you for dear people of solace and people to smile us to be. Thank you for all of your support. You have no idea. Let me turn the music back on. You have no idea how thankful I am for you all. This is unrelated to all of this, but I am so excited about what I'll be doing within the next month. Soon I'll be finally starting my medical journey as a transgender guy. Yeah! I'm so happy. It's been my goal since 2019 to start medically transitioning. It's been my biggest goal ever. I'm very excited. Thank you for all of you. I've been on the server for a while. It's so weird thinking how far I've come. When I first joined the server, I had, unfortunately... Can I unblock that? Is that blocked for me or blocked for the people? Anyway. But now I'm 14. I never thought I would be alive still. This server saved me literally. Soon I will be going to high school. It's weird, but I'm glad. I've never been happier in my life. I'm writing a book, and the people in the server will be first to know about it and see it. I was absolutely terrified of everyone when I first joined, but now I made so many friends from it. Not once did I expect to be here today while writing this. I hope to be here for years to come. As I get older, I'm starting to realize how much I've changed. 11-year-old me found this server and wanted to join, but didn't because I was too young. Really? Aw. I do wish I had joined them, but I'm glad I joined at 13. I appreciate every single one of from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all. I hope to be there for years to come. Thank you all very much. I could never be happier. We love you, Angel! Oh, it's not illegal? Oh my god! I'm so happy you're here. Like, you have been one of the most consistent people writing down stuff. Dude, your poetry is crazy. Like, I'm so happy you are here. Alright. Yeah. I guess this is the end of the Lore Tuesday channel. Alright. Turn off send messages. It is closed. Alright, lore sheets. We have, I think, 2. Yes. Grimm's True Lore Sheet. Grimm Altiora, The Truth. True Beginnings. Origin Story Document. Let me... let me see if I can zoom in and, like, go across, or maybe make this smaller. There we go. Whatever, we'll read the left first. Name Grimm Altiora. Dead name Celia. Wow! Dead naming him?! Status deceased. Age 48. Species human. Pronouns he, they. Children Michael, Rowan, Mara. Relationship status widow squared. Pride pansexual and transgender. Spotify playlist. Bedrock username. Java username. Discord username. Loves his kids, rum, lore, potatoes, and books. Dislikes his ex-husband Agent, his ex-wife Gwen, the Watcher, and disease. Professions doctor, follower, vessel, and Starter Kit Foundation employee. Grimm and Michael Altiora art by me. Aw. The mustache? Oh, you can't see it. The mustache? All of my favorite characters died this season! We have Kale Rockalear. I hope I'm pronouncing Kale. Kale? I'll have to edit and listen to music. Good night, Shorts! Fantastic ending, yeah. Well, it's not done yet. We still got things to talk about, but yes. Bio, a moon and sea goddess hiding in plain sight as rising star Kyle. Her voice carries ancient magic. Her songs echo with cosmic longing. On solace, she seeks lost gods and herself. Likes water, stars, being alone. Hobbies, archery, astronomy, cooking, baking, swimming, and singing. Origin. Oh, okay. Kyle's origin, the moonbound follower. Once she was Rockalear, goddess of the moon and sea, a celestial being who ruled over the tides and dreams. Her presence soothed the cosmos, waves danced to her breath. Sorry, let me do this. And stars shimmered in rhythm with her songs. Then came the great anomaly. Entire worlds collapsed. Divine realms crumbled into silence. Her worshippers vanished like foam on a receding tide, and her name became just a forgotten whisper in the void. But one name echoed loud and clear. Freya, the last goddess known to shine still. See, everyone says Freya's the goddess. She's just a star. That's literally what she is a star. Now, what's cool is the stars shimmered in rhythm. Maybe Freya shimmered in rhythm, you know? But yeah, Freya is not technically a goddess, but people treat her like one. A creative world, a beacon. When Rocker heard of Solace, a planet born from Freya's hand, she followed the light, not as a goddess, but as a wandering soul desperate to not be alone. Taking the name Kyle, she walked among mortals, hiding her divinity behind bright lights and beautiful music. She and Freya would be great friends. You are whatever we say you are, okay, fine. Her fame rose as a pop star whose songs held something inexplicably haunting. Echoes of the stars, the grief of galaxies, and hope for something more. But Kyle didn't come to be worshipped, she came to be seen by Freya. Wait, how old is this goddess? I was gonna say lesbian romance upcoming? No. And maybe it's others like her. She wonders if any of the old gods survived. Gods lost the anomaly, scattered like stardust across the universe. Through music, through whispers, through Solace's shifting winds, she searches, listening, watching, hoping. Wait, who made this character? Empire. Oh, are you genuinely new? That's cool. She searches, listening, watching, hoping. Now she sings not just for herself, but those like her. Forgotten gods, exiled dreams. She is Raka, the moonbound. She is Kyle, the seeker of divine echoes. And she believes she is not alone. That is so cool! Thank you for reading the lore. And also, Kyle will be Freya's best friend. You're going to bed? Alfie's not exactly gone. Please! I want Alfie back. Alright, now, some end of season memories. Oh, I just got an exciting DM. Eris is dead as hell though, yeah. 07. Okay. I have a couple clips from early in the season that I was like, hey, let's look at these. Someone, I don't know when this is from actually. Let me look. This might be from the last season. This is from June 16 of last year. Wait, is this like last season? Oh no, that's this season. So, this is like early. This is like June of last year was like right when we opened this, right? So it's like early this season. Let me make this as big as I can. Turn the music back on. This is just walking around. No backstory, reading for Grimm. Got it? What? Wait, did I not read? What? Is there a backstory thing on this? Oh! I didn't even see that. Oh! See, there was some... I think you were in here clicking on it and writing something, so I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what that is. Okay. Continuing. Chapter 1, Grim Beginnings. The Order of the Eye was a picture-perfect community. There was very little hate or misinformation, no room for bad decisions or mistakes, for the leader told us all. The people lived out their days in peace, worshipping It Who Can See All and its vessel. Everyone dreamed of becoming a vessel, to give their body to the entity who had gifted them such a lifestyle. Not everything was as it seemed, though. What came with being the vessel wasn't peace or luxury, but the knowledge of humanity. Every missing body, every unsolved murder, every war and disease that spread and killed. It was a haunting truth, but one that came with power and control. The leader, a vessel by the name of Vincent, only had one heir, his daughter Celia. She was raised to handle these harsh truths, bred to be the perfect vessel, a puppet he could control even once his time as leader was gone and his body began to rot. He used harsh methods on her behind closed doors of their home, yelling, hitting, punishments, molding her to be nothing but a helpless puppet he held captive. At the age of 14, she discovered she didn't like her body, her name, or anything about her. She spoke to her father about these hates. This man, though, could not accept the fact that she wanted to change from what he had molded. He refused to address them as he or they, and they requested and punished them more harshly than ever before. That day, he couldn't take it anymore. Celia snapped out of it and grabbed a knife from their kitchen. He killed his father, dragging the bleeding head out in front of the other group members. They gasped and screamed, never having seen such violence before, especially not from the home of the Watcher. They tried to stop him, drag him, attack him in fear and anger for hurting their leader, but he was having none of it. He pushed through, killing 26 worshippers in his attempt to run. By the time he escaped the community, he was unsure if the stains on his clothes were from their blood or his own, combining together in a mess he had to get rid of either way. He ran, and didn't stop running until he was far, far away from that countryside he once called home. He arrived in a city. People glared at him, looked at him in disgust, but no one stopped to help him. With nowhere to go, he laid out in an alleyway behind an old abandoned hospital. It was a late night. The rain poured down, soaking into his bloody clothes. He shivered out in the cold, laying his head in his lap to stay warm, to stay hidden. Then the rain stopped pouring on him. He looked up and found an old man standing over him with an umbrella. The man's features were hidden by his hood, and the dark, but something about this man was comforting. The man, Dr. Sebastian Altiora, took him in, homed him, and fed him. The doctor showed him the ways of the scalpel, the methods of medicine, and ways to get extra cash when not everybody could be saved. He bonded with the doctor through his shared love of human anatomy. He went through school easily, multitasking in university, and he got his doctorate and medical degree. While in college, he met a woman named Gwen Oculus, an art major from a family of prophets, who convinced him to go out to parties a few times, giving him a taste of enjoyment in life, letting him be free for once. One day when she was hanging out in his dorm while he studied, she decided to use her tarot cards. The High Priestess, knowledge. The Tower, destruction. And Death, loss. She joked, calling him Grim, based on the cards, and since then the name stuck. He was now Grim Altiora, and he continued to use the name even though as he entered residency, and he became a surgeon. 2 years after he became a doctor, he remarried Gwen, and they moved in together. Life was good the first couple of years, and they ended up having 3 kids, 2 twin girls and a son. The girls' names were Elizabeth and Emma, with the youngest child, his favorite, Brian. However, he started hearing voices, the sounds of his past, images in his head he knew he should not have seen. They haunted him, taunting him. The only way he could think of was drowning out the whispers was through a drink, or 2, 3, 4. Not long after he started spending every night at the bar. Sorry. When his shift was over and he knew his kids were already asleep, he drank. Drank until his mind went numb and his body became warm, before not even his self-conscious was whispering in his head. He got reckless. His work became sloppy. Evidence he was starting to show, and his eldest daughters refused to look at him, wincing every time he came home from the smell of booze and sweat. He hated himself for every sip, every step, every scent that went to quiet out a past he had worked so hard to get rid of, but he could not stop. At the age of 32, he ended up losing his license, too drunk, too disoriented, too angry to continue working. One too many mistakes in the years he spent studying, learning, becoming more was stripped from him. He didn't have the money to drink anymore, he knew that. Even though the late nights and quiet fights with his wife, he never once did anything to harm his kids. Even when they looked away, he always backed away. He would rather much be the drunk father than the abusive one. He couldn't risk losing the money needed for them now that they lost an income. Instead, he went home. He knew his kids were at school, so they would not hear the fight. However, as he pulled into the driveway, he noticed a car out of place. The voice in his head told him what it could mean, but he refused to accept it. As he entered the home where she was, the woman he had once spent every evening with laid with another man, a coworker named James he had introduced her to at a staff party all those years ago. He snapped again, grabbing the gun from his closet and shooting them both. There on the bedroom floor, he ripped into James's body, tearing at his flesh and pulling out his bones. Jesus! He was long dead, but God did Grim not care. Once he had calmed down, he realized what he had done. He gathered what he could of James and packed him away, selling the good bits for some cash and getting rid of the rest. As for his wife, his lovely Gwen, she made quite a lovely meal for dinner that week. When the kids had arrived home, all evidence of what he had done was gone. As his kids asked where their mother went, he told them this truth. She went off with another man, ran away with nothing but the clothes off her back. It had been done. The voice rang in his head still, so when he laid his kids to sleep, he did the only thing he could think of. The entity saw through eyes, and so he would get rid of his. As he popped one eye out, he looked in the mirror. The plane blocked out all noise. But then he saw his kids' toothbrushes and couldn't continue. He called a neighbor to watch the kids and went to the hospital. With no income, medical debt, and no one to help support the kids, Grim turned to the last option he could think of. In the past, he'd used bodies dead from incidents or disease, people whose families had already mourned for them. Now, though, he took what he could get. Back alleyways, abandoned buildings, stumbling home from the bar like he did so many times. He made enough to get his kids through. He didn't quit drinking. He couldn't, not yet. But he turned to only a few cups at night after the kids went to sleep. However, those questions started coming about the disappearance of his wife. He kept most people off his back with the runaway story, but others were not so easily persuaded. Concerned for the household, a neighbor ended up calling CPS to do a wellness check on his kids. It didn't matter how hard he tried or how much he loved them. He knew he was an unfit father, and so did they. His kids were taken from him. The only people who kept him going stripped away from him like everything else had. This time, though, he would ignore the voice, ignore the pain, push back against the doubt and words. He was going to get clean, get his kids back no matter how long it took. Weeks turned into months. He started to do honest jobs like working at a restaurant as a waiter or a dishwasher, doing odd chores like yard work for the elders in the neighborhood, and started attending AA meetings to helping in his community. He was doing everything he could until one day. He didn't know what happened. It was quiet. Too quiet. The birds did not chirp and the world fell still. Colors looked wrong, and he had this feeling in his chest he could not ignore. The streets were empty. The usual neighbors did not come out of their houses or go to work. The kids did not play in their lawns. It was empty. The streets littered with trash and items as if someone had just been using them, but there stood nothing. Cars crashed into signs and buildings. Scooters and bikes were scattered all around. Household appliances gave their low hum and beeps from being used. Smoke and flame took to some places, but no firemen came to stop the stoves, to save the only memory that someone once existed in the destruction. This is a fantastic telling of the Great Anomaly, by the way. No one else existed. He ran around checking for his friends, his co-workers, his neighbors, but there was nothing. His kids, the son and daughters he was working so hard to get back, where were they? He called out, but no answer, over and over praying that someone would pick up, that the phone would stop ringing and that he would be able to hear his son's voice, but there was nothing. He was alone, completely alone. His kids, his family, his friends, everything was nothing. All he had was his empty home, his kids' rooms still as they were when they were taken, his morning coffee broken and spilled on the floor when he ran. He didn't know what to do. He had no one to talk to comfort him. His heart pounding and his head raced, and not even that taunting echo of his past was there to keep him company. So he turned to an old friend who would never leave him. It was months before anything changed. He had a routine. Wake up, get ready for the day, and wander the streets, bottle in hand. Almost always empty by noon, but who was going to stop him? He would pass familiar places. So did everyone? Was this one of the planets where, like, everyone except one person disappeared? Because that's crazy. Waving to where people whose faces wouldn't even remember once stood. When he needed something, he didn't have to work. He would just take from the stores or from old homes void of life. He would stand in the checkout line with his cart, ignoring the smell of the rotten vegetables and meat. No one to tend to stock, no one to keep the power running. There was nothing. That was until a radio went off. A voice. A real voice. Not a recording of songs or of a podcast he would play at night to fill the silence. It spoke as if reaching out to him. This is Satellite Flight Ship 319. If anyone is hearing this, meet us at 425-127, -304. We will be landed for 3 days as we restock supplies. I recap. Meet us at 425-127, -304. This was it. This was his chance. He packed what he could, found any car that would work, and made his way to the stated coordinates. He arrived in a clearing where a ship was parked. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. People of different sizes and appearances walked around. Some looked human like him, while others were literal blobs of some ooze in a color that hurt his eyes. They welcomed him onto the ship, where one of the higher-ups sat him down explaining to him how disappearance had happened across the entire universe. He was informed of a new planet called Solace that many of the survivors were moving to, and then after 3 weeks of travel, they finally arrived. He joined a group of people who called themselves the Keepers of Solace and settled down. This was his new home. Absolute cinema. I am so glad that... thank you for reminding me. I'm glad I didn't miss that. Because that was great. I have been so, like, fiending for more Grimm lore. But this is so sad he's dead. Never got to... Never got to find his kids. Never got anything. Anyway. With Mice on Venus playing, enjoy some of the old beginnings of this SMP. Before the Felidae market was set up. Before any of the buildings were here. When writing, I always thought how we hear the emotional side of the disappearance has been over the physical effects, millions disappearing. Yeah! It's like the Thanos snap. Pre-Felidae market, this is good pickings. Before the museum was down there. Before the hospital. There's a community mine. Up in Keepers of Solace. This is down at the bottom. I don't even remember that, like, I don't even know what's down there now. Was this before Monocorp was built? No way. Isn't Monocorp visible from this? I saw my old house. Pray if you want to look, I sent you something. It's my personal thank you. I will read that off stream. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Aw. Monocorp was day one, it's a bit offshore. Okay. Oh yeah, there's other buildings. Oh, this is Strawberry's house. All the dogs. Seems like slightly lower render distance. Yeah, probably. Someone died. So, don't worry, next season will not have a giant cliff to build on. Well, let's skip ahead and see if they go to, it's the FRI. Oh my gosh. How did they not die? I guess they rolled, probably. I don't know who took this footage. Need a photo of the FRI? Yeah. It's still by. Oh yeah, you went by Brutus. Now it's a different Brutus. Oh yeah. Huh. Or was there anything else? I also have this.
Hi, Freya. Oh no, I'm not fighting these
I
guys.
hear
They do way too
no,
much
Levi. This is from the end event, I think.
This is unfair.
Okay, wait.
How do you get out of here? Okay, wait. I think I'm fine now. Oh wait.
Found an Eye Vendor.
Yeah, I found an Eye Vendor, but I can't get it.
I'm following you.
Who is? Look.
You removed all.
This.
Oh my God, it's up
Oh,
there.
killing Glacier's mom.
What's happening?
Look outside the maze after you.
The part I found the other rooms that have stuff in it.
Hold on, don't flip
The door was kind of broken to this
Oh,
one.
this is from you, huh?
Puzzle, hold on, what puzzles aren't done yet?
Lore related.
Still have the bell you gave me back when my house was still a hole in the ground. Aww.
Actually, so there's some.
Get all the puzzles, make sure all the.
Was everyone spinning on there? That's so funny.
Look at those maps. Room. But maybe one of the factions.
Stop fighting each other.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's not. Oh my God, send in the sky!
You're not up here. Fuck you.
I got killed by someone, I think.
There's a room in here.
Oh my God.
Nothing.
We got out.
I don't remember if anyone spawned a warden.
Warden Fight Club. The igloo.
If only I could throw my axe.
Yeah, right.
A lot.
Yeah. Do you need me to grab your stuff? Here.
Screenshots of the
I'll grab it
aftermath.
for you.
Shout out to Monocorp, organized efforts to Monocorp.
Here,
on
I will
top.
throw you.
I killed
your
Pomyo? Oh no.
weapon.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, command block, you press the button.
Command block for the end poem. Let me.
Did you get yours?
Ah, good times. Good times. Alright, that was kind of the... Oh yeah, the end of season memories. Oh my god, we have a huge channel to go through. Maybe I should read through this during the end of season stream, because it is midnight for people on the East Coast, later for other people, earlier for other. It's 9 o'clock for me. I want to leave this so more people can put more stuff. You want me to read it now? Alright. Please, do it. Please, I want to sleep. Yeah, I think people need to add more to this. Yeah. I'm sorry. But this isn't lore as much as just memories. I'll play a sad song, like... It'll be a slideshow. gonna go through what we have. Look how much there is. You know I'm gonna talk for every one of these. There's videos, there's all sorts of stuff in here. This has been a 3-hour stream already. And I want to spend some time with my boyfriend before I go to sleep. Just 3, a little peek. Alright, you got a little peek. There you go. But don't worry. So next Tuesday is not going to be a lore Tuesday. It's going to be like an end of season thing. We go through this stuff. We go on the server and make fireworks. We'll bring them to the... We like go into spectator. Maybe we should do fireworks first, and then we all go into spectator, and we take a tour around, take pictures and everything, and then say goodbye, and the server closes. Check the final one you sent. Never forget the people of Syria incident. This one? Want to be in staff photo. Yeah, we'll do a staff thing. I'm gonna play some new person. Not that? Okay, I was gonna say. Huh? Oh yeah, I have this as one of my backgrounds. This is from season 1. Yeah. Let's see if it's my... Oh my god, it's my background right now! Yeah! Yeah, I have a rotating background, and this happened to be out of like 1 out of like 30 pictures. That's so funny. I can still recognize most everyone in here. There's you. There's Monkey. There's Gojo. There's Pancake. Glacier. I like recognize these two. I don't remember who they are. Anyway. Alright. I'm gonna go. This has been great. Thank you for all the lore. I'm so sad. Oh, right. Damn. So long ago. We were all so young. I'll see you all on Saturday. And staff, I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we need to finish the thing. Wink, wink. Yeah, don't cry. Because we have another season coming up. The Thing. Alright. I did not mean to leave that suddenly. I meant to hit my soundboard for the sad meow. But that didn't work, so I don't know.